RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place. Jack Schmidt Chevrolet of Wood River. If you don't know where to get the best auto deals, then you don't know Jack Schmidt. Alton Refrigeration, the first choice in quality HD TV and appliances. Quality Buick, GMC, Cadillac, serving the Riverbend for 52 years. Barry Macias, professional independent insurance agents. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. Alt Memorial Hospital, the best healthcare close to home. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Weber Granite City Chevrolet, buy American.
And a pleasant good evening, everyone, and what a beautiful evening it is here in the Riverbend, and we are ready for week 2 of high school football here on Z1570. My name is Jeff Alsman alongside Trevor Shaw, and we are in Bethalto, the home of the Civic Memorial Eagles, here at Civic Memorial High School for tonight's game between the home team Eagles and the Orphans of Centralia. Trevor, the Eagles come into this game losing last week. They're 0-1. Centralia 1-0, and both teams showed they can move the football. They can put points on the board. The Eagles just fell a bit short, but had 4 touchdowns in their game. This may be the type of game where it's going to be a battle of a couple of the quarterbacks. We have a couple of very good quarterbacks here tonight.
Absolutely. Both teams like to throw the ball around the yard quite a bit. You said Eagles losing in exciting fashion last week, scoring 4 touchdowns. Really never a loss of points for the Eagles in the last couple of years. Just need to shore up the defense a little bit. But the Eagles and Orphans haven't met in a few years, and this ought to be an exciting resurgence of this old-time rivalry. But as you mentioned, the quarterback plays Zach Tobin, a 3-year starter here at CM, really has come into his own as the leader of this team and really knows how to find those open receivers in the pocket.
We'll talk a little bit about Tobin here in a moment. Let's talk about Centralia first, however. They have a good quarterback of their own. His name is Dimon Sadikich, and last week he threw 4 touchdown passes, threw for almost 270 yards. He and Tobin had very close to identical stats in the 2 games last week, so it ought to be a great battle tonight. Tobin, of course, was the offensive player of the week with his 4 touchdown passes. He was 24 of 33 for 270 yards and rushed the ball 12 times for 24 yards, so he can run it when he has to, but he likes to throw it.
That's what I was going to say. He does have the ability to move the ball with his legs as well. A few games that I saw from him last year, he is definitely not afraid to take off and break loose on his feet. So it ought to be an exciting matchup. Like you said, a good quarterback battle here, and the Eagles really trying to turn things around with their program, would like to get a win in their home opener.
And that's another thing, too. Both of these programs experiencing some struggles over the last few years. Last season, Centralia broke a 35-game losing streak with a victory, picked up their first victory of the season in the first week. CM still looking for their first victory, and they've had some struggling times as well. So 2 teams with something to prove here tonight, to prove that they're turning things around.
Absolutely, and it ought to be an exciting matchup.
And we'll have it for you with the opening kickoff when we return. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
To a military family, a phone call home is priceless, but these phone calls are expensive. By donating a used cell phone through Cell Phones for Soldiers, Weber Granite City Chevrolet is helping U.S. service members get a free 60-minute calling card. Cell Phones for Soldiers addresses an everyday emotional need that everyone has experienced, the need to call home, to hear a familiar voice while far away. If you have a cell phone you're not using, please donate it to us at Weber Granite City Chevrolet for the Cell Phones for Soldiers program.
Your kids now have kids of their own. I'm State Farm Agent Tom Lane. With just a simple gift, your grandchildren may experience a lifetime of life insurance. Give me a call at 377-8912 in Bethalto to discuss the many options that are available to provide your grandchildren with a gift of life. For great products and service that are available 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, call me, Tom Lane, at 377-8912.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Get started on your own success story today. Log on to lc.edu or call 800-YES-LCCC.
And welcome back to Civic Memorial High School here in Bethalto. Jeff Alsman alongside Trevor Shaw, and we are just about ready to kick things away. Centralia has won the toss, and they have elected to receive. They're wearing the red pants with the white jerseys, red helmets, and red numbers. Civic Memorial has the gold pants on tonight with the purple jerseys, the white numbers trimmed in gold, and the gold and purple helmets. And they will be kicking it from left to right on your radio dial as you listen and visualize what's going on here in the first quarter. Centralia will be moving from right to left. And we're just about ready to get things away. Trevor, what a beautiful evening this is for football.
I couldn't ask for a better night. It's turned out to be the last week or so. The weather is perfect for football. Not too hot, not too cold. A little breezy here in the early goings, but it shouldn't affect things too much. And the sun setting kind of in our faces, but that ought to go down in here just a little while, and the lights will come on, and it'll be football time in Bethalto.
There's a bit of a glare, but I think that's number 10. I think that's Tanner Brown, who's going to be kicking for Civic Memorial as he has the ball teed up at the Eagles 40. A couple of guys deep, can't read their numbers quite yet from this angle either for Centralia. The kick is a bit short. It'll be taken at the 10 and out to the 20, and the Eagles are there to make the tackle just shy of the 20-yard line. We'll call it the 19. That's where Centralia will have it, 1st and 10.
Nice kickoff coverage that time by the Eagles to get down there in numbers and attack the ball carrier in the return game, and allowed him absolutely no yardage. The Eagles defense is really, well, it's been pretty porous over the last year. I mean, they really have no problem putting points up on the board offensively. It's defensively, they seem to stay in tough for a little while, but eventually get wore down and allow quite a bit of points. So we'll see what they do here tonight.
It was Andrew Panega who was returning the kick, and he's one of the guys who you'll probably hear his name mentioned in the backfield quite a bit. And the quarterback is Sadikich, and he's working from the shotgun right away. One back in the backfield, trips to the right, the far side of the field. And our first snap, and we're underway from scrimmage. They throw it out there, and they're going to do wide open was Fritsch, and the pass was underflown as they threw it to kind of a lateral they actually threw there to Campbell. And boy, if he'd have just put some air under that, that might have been a touchdown right out of the box.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a little bit of a double pass there, a little swing pass to the running back who, because he's behind the line of scrimmage, is still allowed to throw the ball downfield, and he was wide open. If he could have got that up, it was 6.
And he underthrew him by a good 7 or 8 yards. 2nd down and 10. Sadikich from the shotgun again, rolls to his right. He's going to put it in the air. He does. It's complete. Out near the 30. That's going to be good for a 1st down. And let's see who that is on the reception.
Cody Burnett on the tackle there for the Eagles, and a couple of Eagles bringing the receiver down, but yeah, the glare off of the uniforms and field is really making it tough to determine who's who out there.
That was Maccabee with the catch. Good for 13 yards and a 1st down, and they're going to throw it again. Pump fake, throwing long over the middle, and that's incomplete. Out near the Eagles 45, that one overthrown.
And going to the air quick and often here is Centralia, and that's kind of what I expected coming into this game. Both teams really like to air it out, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple of 30-point scores up on this board this evening.
2nd and 10 now for Centralia, again from the shotgun and the spread offense, and they give it straight ahead, and that's Panega, and he's out near the 40-yard line. That's going to be about a 7-yard gain.
Nice running that time for the running back, getting right up the middle, and the defense a little bit on their heels. A couple of pass plays right out of the gate for the Orphans, and the dive play just really kind of wide open there. A lot of cushion given by the secondary of CM. The linebacker's about 5 yards off the ball.
We'll call that a gain of 8. It's 2nd and a long 2 at the 40-yard line from the shotgun. Quick pass, and it's overthrown and incomplete. Would have been short of the 1st down anyway, and it'll bring up 4th down now. We'll see what Centralia's going to do, and they don't appear to have any interest in kicking the football on 4th down.
Well, I see that. You see that a lot with the short, in 4th and short. Some of these high school teams really have the confidence to go for it. Whether it's a good idea or not, I'm not sure, but this kid Sadikich really seems to have a quick fire with his arm.
He's going to quick kick it, and it's blocked, and it's going to be an Eagles touchdown all the way into the end zone from 37 yards out, blocking the quick kick, and they didn't fool the Eagles. That was Jaron Litton, and he takes it all the way in untouched, and that might be one of the easiest touchdowns you'll see all year.
Absolutely, really trying to kind of catch the Eagle defense off guard there, kind of lining up in a pistol situation, and looked like they were going to run an offensive play, but trying to go to a quick punt. And what a good job by the Eagle defense to get in there and be aware and block that punt. Linton literally just looked like he took it off of the punter's foot and ran away with it.
He broke through right up the middle and was just standing right there. He punted it right into him, and he got a really nice friendly hop, and he picked it up and blew by the quarterback, who was the only person back there that had a chance, and he really didn't have a chance, and the Eagles are on the board first here. It's 6-0, and the extra point attempt coming. It is up, and it is good, and so the Eagles strike quickly, and it wasn't from the offense throwing the football. 9:56 left here in the first period. It's CM 7, Centralia nothing. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
Ace Hardware in Bethalto is your helpful place. It's where you'll find more than 70,000 items in the store and even more online. It's where the people know how to solve your problems. It's where top brands like Benjamin Moore, Still, and Craftsman make your jobs go smoothly and with confidence. It's where hot buys sizzle each and every week. Ace Hardware in Bethalto is more than helpful. They save you time and money too.
Compare a well-equipped Lexus ES to a well-equipped Buick LaCrosse. Get inside each and see what you find. If perfection is what you pursue, this might just change your course. Meet the new class of world class. The 2010 LaCrosse from Buick. May the best car win.
The Eagles with the kickoff following the touchdown, and it goes down to the 5. It's taken and brought out, and stepping out of bounds at about the 25-yard line is the Centralia player. Much better kick that time by the Eagles Brown. And Centralia will start 1st and 10 from their own 25. So some excitement here for the home fans very early on, Trevor.
Absolutely, the blocked punt for a touchdown really will get things going, and that really motivates your offense a lot too. Gives them some confidence. They've got a little bit of cushion once they finally do get out on the field. They still haven't saw a series yet, but Centralia backed up now on their own 25, and we'll see what they do on this series.
1st and 10, spread offense again from the shotgun, and the quarterback's going to keep it after faking a handoff. He runs to his right off tackle. He got across the 25 to the 26, but not much, a gain of just 1, and it'll be 2nd and 9.
And running that mesh play, that read play, you see the Eagles run that as well, where the quarterback it's a decision play where he either gives it to the running back and lets him take it, or if he sees a hole, he'll take it around the other side, and a lot of times that can be pretty effective, especially once you set up a little bit of play action. You really get the defense off guard.
From the shotgun, 3 receivers to the far side of the field. Man in motion. They're going to throw a little swing pass to Campbell. He's hit in the backfield. A helmet flies off from somebody, and Campbell's going to be stopped all the way back at about the 18-yard line. That's going to be a loss of about 6.
Well, it was an Orphan helmet that got knocked off. Still can't see who it was. I believe it was one of the linemen. It was not the receiver on that play, but somebody got popped hard, it looked like.
We'll call it a loss of 5 on the play. It's 3rd and at least 13. And that was a lateral, so that'll go against their rushing yardage. From the shotgun, Sadikich takes the snap. He's going to throw long to the near side, and it's complete. And that's good enough for a 1st down across the 40, and still on his feet down to about the 44.
Alex Fritsch, the receiver on that play, and Sadikich really got the ball out of there with a nice tight spiral. He seems to have a pretty solid arm, delivering it right between the numbers of his receiver, who's got a couple of catches here now in the early goings and seems to be giving the Eagles secondary problems getting him to the ground.
That's about a 17-yard gain, and Fritsch looks strong. Powerful runner after the catch.
Listed at 6'2", 175.
And they give the ball this time to the running back, and he gets about 2, maybe 3 on the play. Was that Campbell again? That was Panega, actually. And we'll give him a 3-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Defense giving up a 3rd and long situation. Coordinator Nick Smith can't be happy about that as they get the ball near midfield now.
Almost have the sun over the treetops here.
That'll make our job much easier.
Sadikich pump fake, and now he throws out in the flat to Campbell. He catches it, he's across 50, drops the ball, puts it on the field, and I think the Eagles have it near the first down marker, and it's Eagles football.
Nice job by the Eagles forcing another turnover here. Hard to tell who made the strip, but the Eagles with the chance of their first offensive possession with just under 8 minutes to go in the first quarter and already leading 7-0. And a fairly short field here for the Eagle offense and quarterback Zach Tobin.
Campbell was fighting for the first down yardage and had the ball stripped away. And now the Eagles looking to strike again. This will be their first offensive play from scrimmage, even though they lead 7-0 here after the block punt and return for touchdown. Tobin from the shotgun. And they're going to give the ball to Brown, and he's tripped up in the backfield. That's going to be a loss of about 5, as one of the Centralia players got in there very quickly.
I believe it was number 50, Adam Halstead, one of the nose tackles. He just blitzed through there and really untouched almost. And the Eagles running that hurry-up offense, no-huddle offense, rather.
Tobin looks over to the bench to get the play. Signaled in, now he's ready. From the shotgun, he's going to put it in the air. He throws it out in the flat to Brown. He's across the 40, 45, 50, one man to beat. 40 and down at the 39-yard line, caught from behind. A big play for the CM Eagles.
Nice pickup of about 20 yards there. A little swing play to Tanner Brown, the fullback, and really had a lot of daylight. Thought he might take it all the way, but was caught just from behind after he had to be slowed up to evade a tackler.
Well, he was quick around the corner.
Tobin and Brown on that mesh read play that time. Gets a couple yards, but not much.
Probably 1, I'd say. Eagles trying to mix it up here. A couple plays on the ground, then put one in the air. Brown touching the ball a lot. No huddle offense again for the Eagles. Brown, the lone back in the backfield. Now they'll look over to the side and get the signals sent in again for the play. Tobin takes the snap, and they give the ball to Brown running to the left. He bounces off a couple of folks, picks up about 4 on the plays. He gets across the 35 to the 34.
Gang tackled by a bunch of Centralia defenders that time, but Brown hard running there, just keeping the legs turning, not going down at first contact.
So again, no huddle. 3 receivers to the far side of the field. 3rd and 5 for the Eagles, and they're probably in 2-down territory. The ball at the 34. Tobin's gonna throw, and he does to the right, and it is complete. And it's down near the 23-yard line. That's good for a first down.
Taylor Emmerich on the reception there, just runs a little skinny post and picks up the first down. Nice route running and good job to look the ball in as he had good coverage by the Centralia defense.
So the Eagles moving the ball down the field here. They take the snap. They're going to throw it into the flat on the right side. It's complete. The receiver is hit. He gets about 3 yards down near the 20.
Linton on the reception that time, just a little bubble screen and picks up a few. Those bubble screens can really be nice. You really need to try and work them to the wide side of the field. He was really just forced out of bounds that time, really had nowhere to go.
Second down and about 8 yards to go from the 20. Tobin takes the snap, and they give the ball to Brown. He's to the 15, fighting for yardage down near the 10. That'll be good for a first down. It's about a 10-yard pickup.
Going to make it first and goal. Brown with some nice chunks of yardage here in the first quarter. And the Eagles really going to the ground game a lot more than I anticipated.
Tobin takes the snap quickly again. He's under pressure. He's hit. He throws it into the end zone and through the end zone. Incomplete, as the receiver was in double coverage back there and the pressure was on.
Yeah, I think Tobin was really just kind of throwing it away there. He saw the pressure come and tried to stand in the pocket to let his receiver get open, but just had to get rid of it before he took the loss. So really heads-up play that time by the quarterback.
So it'll be second and goal from just inside the 10. Tobin from the shotgun again. Takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Go up the middle. A big hole. He's inside the 5, near the goal line, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown.
It's that read play, that mesh running play the Eagles use. Centralia has been using it a little bit as well. It's just quarterback has to make that decision whether to let the running back take it or have it take it himself up the middle. And Tobin had a huge hole right between the center and guard and took it in for 6, and that's going to give the Eagles a nice lead here in the first quarter.
Brown will attempt the extra point. It's already quickly 13-0 CM. Snap back, the ball down, the kick is up, and it is good. And so 4:42 still remains here in the first period, and the Eagles lead it over the Orphans 14-0. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
I'll grab the birthday cake, you bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
Everybody's saying buy American, but not me. I just want you to come drive American. Come out today and see for yourself. No one has a more impressive selection of vehicles than Ford. Whether it's a Focus, Fusion, Escape, Edge, F-150, or any other Ford product, no one can beat Ford's quality. Not Toyota, not Honda, not anybody.
Roberts Motors, your hometown dealer for over 60 years, just off Route 3 or Highway 67 in Alton, or at robertsmotors.com.
Well, a familiar sight here in the first quarter as Tanner Brown's going to kick off for the third time for the Eagles, who lead it 14-0 here midway through the first period, and another good kick. This one's going to be taken back at the 5 to the 10, 15 straight up the middle, 20 near the 25, still trying for yardage as Campbell. He gets across the 25 to about the 26, and a flag flies. And that's probably going to be a personal foul for a little rough stuff after the play, and I bet it's on the Eagles.
Yeah, a little extracurricular there. Campbell, the return man, just kind of stopped in his tracks. The whistle was blown as the play was dead. He wasn't making any forward progress, but I think there was still a little bit of physicality afterwards.
And it's going to be a 15-yard penalty and move the ball out to about the 41 and certainly give Centralia much better field possession.
Oh, absolutely, and that's the last thing you really want to do with a team that can move the ball. Even though they really haven't crossed midfield here yet, they obviously have the ability to go to the air and put some points up on the board, but you don't want to give them any shorter of a field.
So it'll be 1st and 10. Sadikich from the shotgun. They give it straight ahead to Panega, and he just gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Eagle defense doing a fairly solid job on those dive plays. And really, it's odd because they only have the 3 down linemen and 4 linebackers. A lot of times you'll see 4 down linemen, to kind of chew up some space and allow the linebackers free to make plays.
2nd and 10. Again, no huddle. Sadikich is going to throw to the near side, and he overthrows his intended receiver. That was Baumgartner, and it was well over his head. You know, watching both of these teams go no huddle, almost like watching a Sandlot game. They don't,
yeah.
You just get the ball and everybody go somewhere, and I'll throw it to you if I see you.
Or like Monday Night Football, like watching the Indianapolis Colts out there.
Yeah, there is a flag down on the field, and they're discussing right now, and that's a personal foul, and that's going to be against both teams, I think. So the penalties will offset. Was after the play. It'll be 3rd down. Temper's starting to flare just a little bit out there.
Well, both teams really wanting to get a win here tonight. Even though Centralia came in 1-0, we mentioned in the pregame they've had a bit of a losing habits here in the last few years. So neither team really wants to add on to that.
Sadikich wants to throw. There's another flag, I think. Maybe not. He's going to be sacked. It looked like the lineman who got in there, the defensive lineman, may have grabbed face mask, but I guess he just got the side of the helmet, and so it's a sack, and that's going to be about a 9-yard loss. Make it a 10-yard loss, just about.
Nice pass rush that time by the Eagles defensive lineman, and yeah, I thought the same thing. I thought maybe a face mask penalty was ahead, but nothing intentional. The lineman just come in with a head full of steam and trying to bring the quarterback down. And another punting situation here for the Orphans.
And this time they'll do it the traditional way. The punter will put the foot to it and kick it.
It's a good punt.
Down to the 20, and a fair catch called for and taken at about the 23-yard line. And that's where the Eagles will start it. And that is a good punt. And who was that back there? That was Linton, who...
Oh, the return, yeah.
On the return. Interestingly enough, the same guy who blocked the punt took it into the end zone on the first score of the game. So 3:01 still left to play here in the first quarter. 14-0. Civic Memorial leads. The Eagles offense goes back on the field. And they'll start this time from their own 23-yard line. Again, no huddle. Tobin is the quarterback from the shotgun. Brown in the backfield, 2 receivers to the near side. He rolls to his right, and he throws it in the flat and over the head of Brown, and incomplete. I think he wanted to go downfield and had to check off and overthrew Brown.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. He just had his eyes downfield. Good coverage by the Orphans downfield, and just trying to dump it off a little bit there to Tanner Brown. And just a little overthrown that time.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Eagles. Shotgun again. This time quickly they throw it out to Linton. He's across the 25, 30, around the corner, 40, 45, grabbed from behind and thrown out of bounds at the 45 of Centralia.
Nice pickup that time, gain of about 32 yards by Linton, and he really turned the wheels on once he turned that corner, and a good job by Tobin to get the ball out quick to him, and good blocking downfield by Linton's fellow receivers.
So another big gain and a first down for the Eagles. Now across midfield and into Orphan territory. They give it to Brown. He's across the 40, 35, puts his head down and powers forward down to the 29.
Great job by the offensive line that time of the Eagles, opening up a big hole for Brown to run through, and he wasn't even touched until he got to the second level. And arm tackling is not going to bring him down this evening, it looks like, and he was able to pick up a nice chunk of yardage.
That's a gain of 14 and another first down, and the Eagles moving the ball both through the air and on the ground here. They slow things down a little bit now as they look over and get the signal from the coaching staff. Tobin keeps it himself this time and gets to about the 30. That's only a gain of 1. Similar to the play he scored the touchdown on, except this time he bounced it out to the right instead of going straight up the middle, and there wasn't quite as much there.
No, that's one of the things about that read play. Sometimes you think that they're going to key on the running back so the quarterback will keep it himself, and usually there's a defensive end that's got that responsibility of the quarterback, and that time Tobin not able to get much.
He takes the snap. He's going to throw it again long downfield towards the corner and out of bounds. A good effort down there to try to catch it and stay in bounds. That was Emmerich, but it was just thrown a bit too wide of the sideline.
Yeah, good job by Taylor Emmerich trying to keep his feet in and reel one in, but yeah, Tobin just put a little bit too much on it that time and unable to convert.
So it'll be 3rd and 9 from the 30-yard line. The Eagles will probably put it in the air again.
Probably 2-down situation here. A little bit too long for a field goal attempt if they don't convert.
Tobin drops back across the middle. Oh, and it's just incomplete. A diving effort by Linton as he sold out for that one. And he deflected it, and it was almost deflected into the line or into the arms of one of the linebackers.
Yeah, that could have been bad on both ends. Linton, like you said, really laid out for that one and kind of got lucky that he wasn't hung out to dry and just drilled by one of the defenders. But 4th down here for the Eagles, and it looks like they're going to go for it, try and convert.
Well, let's don't do that quick kick stuff no matter what we do.
Yeah, that didn't seem to work for the Orphans.
Tobin's going to throw it. He does. He's got a man, and it's complete down near the 11-yard line, and that's Shashin.
Number 3, one of the many wide receivers that catches a lot of passes here for the Eagles. Tobin really spreading the ball around well through the air this evening, and they pick up another 1st down on 4th down that time and threatening to score yet again.
That's a 17-yard gain, and now a timeout called by the Orphans. They want to talk about the defense or maybe the lack of it here in the first quarter. The Eagles have it. 1st and 10 at the Centralia 11, and they already lead by 2 touchdowns. 1:21 left in the first quarter. 14-0 Civic Memorial over Centralia. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
The more your life changes, the more your insurance needs change. I'm Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance. In just minutes, I can conduct a free personal insurance review to help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you, with no costly gaps or overlaps. Interested? Call me, Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance, today at 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
From its birth in 1931 on Broadway in Alton to its new home on Homer Adams Parkway, welcome to Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings. Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings earned its outstanding customer service reputation in servicing major appliance brands such as Maytag, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Frigidaire, Samsung, and more. When you think about it, Alton Refrigeration is about providing you with years of comfortable living with worry-free brand name products.
And the Eagles quickly, Tobin takes the snap and faked the handoff and tried to go straight forward and just got back to the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 as the Eagles tried that read play again. Tobin kept the ball and got nowhere.
And the Eagles still able to pick up a 1st down if they get down to about the 2.
Shotgun formation, 3 receivers here to the near side, 1 to the far side. Brown, the lone back in the backfield. Must be lonely back there. He and Tobin with no protection other than those linemen. Tobin drops back. He's going to throw it across the middle. He's got a man, and it's a touchdown, I believe. Now we get the signal. However, there's a flag down. There is a flag down on the play, and it's holding against the Eagles.
Just when you said that the only protection they have is those offensive linemen trying to protect those 2 guys, they were holding on to some jersey there. But, yeah, it's a little bit disappointing. A touchdown instead brought back, and you lose 10 yards. But they're still in scoring range here, and it's still first quarter. So
Matthew Steemack was on the receiving end of that, a nice diving tackle, and diving catch. It took a while to get a signal. And the holding is going to bring it all the way back to the 25, which means the hold must have been at the 15.
Coach Scott Townsend not looking too happy down on the sideline, barking some orders out at his offense.
So now it's 2nd and 24 from the 25. And just throw it in the end zone again. Tobin going to put it out in the left flat to Brown. He's across the 20 and down near the 15, call it the 16, and that'll get 2/3 of that yardage back.
Yeah, nice pickup there, trying to get some of that penalty yardage back, but still have about 12 yards to go or so to get the first. And probably got one more play in this quarter, it looks like. Maybe.
It looks like they're gonna wait. They're not gonna snap it, I don't think. They're gonna let it run down, and there's the horn, and that's the end of the first quarter, and it's a good first quarter for the Eagles as they will end the first quarter leading Centralia by 2 touchdowns. The scores, CM 14, Centralia nothing. We'll be back with quarter number 2 after this. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
At Jack Schmidt Chevrolet in Wood River, we make car buying a breeze. A member of our sales team will assist you in selecting the perfect new or GM certified pre-owned vehicle, and we back it up with our guaranteed price policy. Our commitment to you continues after the sale with genuine Goodwrench service. So if you don't know where to get the best deal on quality vehicles and service,
You don't know Jack Schmidt!
In Wood River, Illinois.
There's a long pass. It looks like it's going to be overthrown. Oh, the receiver dashes under the ball and makes the catch. Touchdown!
Where did he get that extra burst of speed? That off-season training really paid off.
Alton Memorial Hospital's Human Motion Institute Sports Performance helps athletes maximize their potential and improve their game. With sports performance training, you'll leap higher, run faster, and throw farther. Learn more at altonmemorialhospital.org. Human Motion Institute Sports Performance, building better athletes.
Welcome back to Civic Memorial High School in Bethalto. Jeff Alsman here, Trevor Shaw alongside, and the Eagles threatening. They have it 3rd and 15 from the 16 of Centralia, and the Eagles already leading 14-0, and they've been moving the ball well. A couple of penalties have become obstacles here, and they're going to throw the ball again, and they do, and that didn't fool anybody, as they're going to lose a yard on the play. It was a quick slant pass to Shashin, and it's a loss of 2, and it's going to set up 4th down.
Yeah, the Orphans not falling for that time. Just like a little bubble screen. Tobin fakes a pump fake to his left side and comes back to his right, but Shashin really had nowhere to go. It was lucky the pass wasn't broken up in the backfield.
And the Eagles will go for it, it looks like. On 4th down, they need to get to the 1 for a first down. Tobin's going to throw it. Now he's going to run with it. Now he's hit. Now he's dropped back at about the 24-yard line.
Decent protection that time by Tobin. He just held on to the ball a little bit too long. He really didn't have anybody open downfield, but he was trying to break through and make something happen with his legs. I think in that situation, you really just try and throw one up and hopefully you convert, but he takes the loss, and they'll turn the ball over on downs and give the Orphans pretty decent field position. They'll take over at about the 24-25-yard line, and they still have yet to cross midfield.
Be sure to stay tuned. Following the game, we'll name the Munganast Alton Toyota Player of the Game, and if it keeps going like this, we might have several to choose from.
Yeah, it might be a difficult decision.
The Eagles lead 14-0, Centralia. With the ball, and now somebody moved, I believe. This is an interesting formation. They've got a different quarterback in there. I think we've got illegal procedure. That'll be the first penalty against Centralia, if that is the call.
It looks like Alex Fritsch is lined up at quarterback, and looking on the Centralia sideline, trying to find Sadikich, see if maybe he's being tended to by a trainer or something.
Remember, he got hit in the head on that sack. They're going to run the option play. Campbell, he's going to get hit back near the 20. That's going to be about a 5-yard loss, so that didn't work.
Yeah, really nothing going on that left side, trying to take that pitch play to the wide side of the field. And this Eagle defense may not have a lot of size on it, but they are very fast, moving sideline to sideline, and the linebackers especially able to get there and make the play.
Fritsch still at quarterback, and he takes the snap, and they're going to run the option to this close side of the field. Now he's going to cut it back across the grain, and he's across the 30, 35, and out near the 40, still on his feet. Finally knocked out of bounds, and a flag flies, and that might be a face mask or a late hit.
Possibly unnecessary roughness too. You never know. It's hard to tell. There was a little bit of a scrum forming on that sideline, but Fritsch really, with just a busted play, takes the play backside and picks up the first down for the Orphans.
They're going to add on another 15 yards, and they're going to cross midfield now. 20-yard gain and 15 after the penalty on the personal foul. And that's going to put the ball at the 46-yard line of Civic Memorial. So 3 big penalties in the game now for CM. Let's see if this one hurts. The first 2 did not. Bad snap. Fritch picks it up off the ground, and he's running straight ahead, runs over a player and picks up 15 yards. And he ran over one of the Eagles like he wasn't even there.
I think that was number 9, Jack McKinney, who got bowled over that time by Alex Fritch. And I wonder how much the game plan for the Orphans is going to change now, a team that likes to go to the air a lot with their quarterback on the bench, if they're going to continue with the option plays, the running plays they've been using here this series, and maybe not to the air so much.
Well, I'll tell you what, Fritch is an athlete.
He's definitely got some speed and is hard to bring down, that's for sure. Low snap.
Run with some power. He's in trouble now, and he fumbles the ball, but Centralia falls on it. Back at the 35. It was an snap. That's a couple of those now on this set of downs.
Looks like Sadikich is coming back into the game for Centralia.
Maybe it was an equipment problem, although he's going, yeah, he is back into the game. You're right. So a loss of 5 on that play.
Nobody in the backfield but the quarterback for Centralia. 4 receivers to the near side.
And somebody jumped again. So there's another procedure penalty against Centralia. All of a sudden, things getting a little sloppy. Sun going down, it's a little harder to see.
Yeah, well, for them, maybe, not us.
No, you're right about that. 9:17 left to go here in the first half. 14-0, Civic Memorial leads. And it's 2nd and 20 now for Centralia from the Eagles' 40-yard line. From the shotgun, Sadikich is going to put it in the air. Good protection, throws over the middle of the field, and up to try to get it is Fritch, and it's intercepted. A flag flies at the point of the interception, and the Eagles are going to bring it back across the 40, and another flag flies. So it's going to take a few minutes to sort this one out.
Well, it looked like the pass was broken up by number 5, Des Woods. Jack McKinney is the one who reeled it in off the tip. I've got a feeling they're going to call pass interference on Woods, which would be a shame because that was just great defense by him at the corner position. And I was going to say they had no safeties back. I mean, nobody over top with the help, so it was man coverage on all these receivers.
A jump ball for Fritch, who can get up pretty good.
And a kid who's listed at 6'2" and is definitely has some athletic abilities. It's a great play by Woods to go up and break up the pass play, and even better job maybe by Jack McKinney with the concentration, reeling that tip pass in.
So the Eagles intercepted and returned it to their own 42. We have pass interference against the Eagles.
That's not
the
right.
First flag. And they're picking up the second flag.
I wonder if the second flag was against the Eagles too, maybe on the return. But that's, I don't like that call by the officials at all.
But they're marking it off from where the Eagles, I don't understand this because they marked it off 15 yards from where the Eagles returned the ball.
Fans in the stands are wondering what the call is too. A little bit confusing out here. I still don't know where the pass interference call comes from though. That was just a great play, I say, by Des Woods.
Well, it's a first down and going straight ahead. I think that's Campbell across the 20 to about the 16. I just don't understand why they marked it from where they marked it.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Confusing play and kind of disappointing for the Eagles, who really have been playing solid defense here in the first half and very opportunistic, but you can't get all the calls even at home.
So a 9-yard gain that time. And it'll be 2nd and 1.
Rich is in at quarterback.
And they give it to Panega, and he gets across the 15. That'll be good for a first down, I think. It depends on where they mark it. He didn't get much, but I think he got just enough.
Yeah, he didn't need a whole lot, a short yard to go, and he really just needed to fall forward at the line of scrimmage.
They haven't signaled. Now they do signal a first down.
And the Lawrence brothers working the chain gang down there, getting a lot of movement, especially when the Eagles have the ball. They've been moving it up and down the field well tonight.
And now a timeout is called by the officials. Maybe they want a replay of that pass interference call and where they spotted the ball.
Yeah, how soon before they bring instant replay into the high school game?
I don't know. Or they're looking over here for something. They must want time changed on the clock. They want 9 seconds put back on the clock. So we'll get synchronized here with the official's wristwatch, and now we'll be ready to go. 1st and 10 from the 15. Fritsch, a quarterback again. He's going to roll to his right. He's going to pitch it, and what a grab over the back of his head. Campbell, and now he is swarmed under all the way back near the 25-yard line.
Well, Campbell, a great job of reeling in kind of a high pitch that literally brought it in off of his helmet, but in doing so, he had to slow up and took a pounding in the process. So it's going to make it 2nd and very long now for the Orphans, and their starting quarterback came back in for a handful of plays, but is back to the sideline. Alec Fritsch is handling quarterback duties now.
Well, what Fritsch was doing was working while they were doing it, and then they went away from it. Now I guess they're going back to it, but that pitch sure didn't work, and that snap was terrible. It was short hop. Fritsch is going to try to run for his life to the left corner, and he's not going to get there. He's going to be down all the way back at the 29. That's going to be another 6-yard loss.
Snapping issues here for Centralia. At least a half a dozen or more snaps in this first half have been literally at the shoelaces of the quarterback, whether it be Fritsch or Sadikich. But
Fritsch is a little taller. He's got to bend down a little lower to get that. Now they've got Sadikich back in there at quarterback. Maybe he stands a yard closer or something. I don't know, but they're taking themselves right out of scoring position. Sadikich is going to throw it, and he does, and Campbell took his eyes off of it and dropped it at the 30-yard line. That was a good pass.
Yeah, Sadikich fired one right into the belly of his receiver that time. Those are the ones you really got to come up with, because he had an opportunity to turn that upfield. But instead, it's going to be incomplete and bring up 4th down now for Centralia.
4th and 22, and the ball is on the 28. I bet they're not going to try that quick kick.
No, probably not. Unless they got a kicker with a lead foot, they're probably just going to go ahead and try and put one in the.
They've got to get to the. They've got to get to the 1 for. No, to the 6.
To the 6.
Sadikich is going to. He's going to run for his life. 30-25, falls forward and goes down at about the 21, and that's where the Eagles will take over.
The Eagles are going to have the longest field they've had all night, starting with this series, and with 6:10 to go, they could really chew up a lot of clock here, especially the way their running game has been working this evening.
Well, the Eagles don't chew up clock; they just put it in the air, put it in the air, and score quick. That seems like that's the MO for this strategy tonight.
But if you could have a nice, long, methodical drive and go into halftime 21-0, that wouldn't be a bad thing.
No, it wouldn't. Tobin at quarterback standing on the 15-yard line. Takes the snap. He's going to throw. He's going to throw downfield. Caught across the 35 to the 37. And let's see.
Stimac on the reception there.
That's right.
Stimac had a touchdown taken away earlier, so I would imagine if he gets a couple more opportunities, he may break one for the that could go the distance here. But this no-huddle offense getting a call in from the sideline.
That's about a 15-yard gain and another first down. No huddle again for the Eagles. First catch of the night for Stimac, although he caught one in the end zone. A penalty nullified the touchdown. Tobin's going to throw it again, and he does. That's Shasheen across midfield to the 45. That's an 18-yard pickup.
Nice job by Shasheen to reel it in. Just a nice seam pass up the middle there, and Tobin hit him in stride. He breaks one tackle and is brought down, and they cross midfield again, and they're just taking big chunks of yardage out of the Orphans' defense.
So much for running the ball and chewing up the clock, huh? You can go down quickly and score and still be ahead 21-0. Tobin's going to throw it again. He is downfield, and it's complete again. And that's Stemak, and he's down to the 32-yard line. That's a gain of 13. That's a gain, actually, of 17.
So Tobin just picking this defense apart now, hitting Stemak on the left side, coming back, Shashin over the middle. Stemak again on the left side, who's working that side
throw
by
it again.
himself.
This time he does, to the right side and breaking a tackle and getting inside the 20, down to the 15, down to the 13.
It's Jared Linton.
That was Linton.
The junior receiver / linebacker who had a couple of passes and one touchdown already on a block punt tonight. Shades of his father, Michael Linton, who was a great here at Civic Memorial.
They're going to throw it again. Tobin looking into the end zone, in the deep corner, wide open, touchdown! Touchdown, Matt Stemak, and there was nobody around him.
Stemak just blew his defense away, just totally got past the cornerback and was wide open in the corner of the end zone, so he gets redemption on the touchdown that was taken away earlier on. And the Eagles rolling here. And every time the Eagles score a touchdown, their cheerleaders do push-ups. They do.
They're going to be strong by the time this game's over.
And if they continue this, they're going to have bigger arms than the football players, I think. So they might want to take it easy on the cheer squad.
Brown with the extra point, and it is good. And with 5:20 left to go in the first half, Civic Memorial strikes again. The Eagles 21, Centralia nothing. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
Red or black, silver or gold, new or used. At Olin Community Credit Union, they know options are important to you. That's why they have made relationships with local dealerships where you'll receive all the extras with Olin Community Credit Union's low rates and financing done on the spot. All you have to do is decide what you want. Your car, our loans, they're made for each other. www.olincreditunion.org.
Ragusa drops to throw. Now lets it go deep down the left sideline. He's got top, and he makes a dandy catch.
Here's another steal by Bradley. Lumpkins all alone. He lays it in from.
Yeah! Woo!
Jeff Alsman, Trevor Shaw back here at Civic Memorial High School in Bethalto, where the Eagles lead 21-0 here in the first half. And they will kick it away again. They do, down to the corner. And it's taken in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Another good kick off the foot of Tanner Brown.
Not too often you see high school kickers kicking it into the end zone. He's definitely got a foot on him. I wonder how far he can kick field goals from.
I don't know. They don't ever kick field goals.
Yeah, I guess we'll probably never find out.
So the Eagles off to an enjoyable start here in the first half. You know, it's homecoming weekend, not school homecoming, but the Bethalto homecoming and Labor Day weekend. And lots of folks come back for that. And the Eagles putting on a show for some folks tonight here, at least for the first quarter and a half. Centralia going to throw it. And they do, out into the flat, and picking up about 6 on the play. Maybe, well, we'll call it 5. We'll call it 6.
And the receiver kind of bobbling the catch that time, able to reel it in, but probably delayed his ability to turn the ball upfield.
I'm not sure who caught that, actually.
That was hard to tell. I think it was Baumgartner, but I'm not for sure.
They're going to throw it again, and this time they overthrow it.
Sadikich just firing it in there, just too high for his receiver. Needs to put a little bit of touch on it, maybe.
Maccabee was the intended receiver. Third down and 4 now from the 26. And from the shotgun, Sadikich takes the snap. He wants to throw. And it's batted down, and incomplete. And that time, getting his hand up was Andrew Campbell, I believe.
Yeah, Campbell, the outside linebacker, listed. Campbell's listed at 6'3", so he's got a nice tall frame, long arms, able to get the arm up and deflect it. So Defense playing very good tonight here for the Eagles.
Offense ain't doing bad either.
Well, we knew what the offense could do. It was the defense that had question marks. But Centralia just struggling here in this first half.
On fourth down, they will punt it away. It lands at the 45 and is going to roll dead at the Eagles' 41. And that's where CM will have it. And they've got 4.5 minutes still left in the first half with a chance to put more points on the board. They lead 21-0.
And the Eagles scored quick last series, about 5 or 6 plays. They go about 75 yards. They make no quarrels. They want to put the ball in the end zone and definitely have the ability to do it. So Tobin bringing his team back on the field again. See if they definitely have the time. See if they can put another one in the end zone and give themselves some cushion.
Well, they have a special teams touchdown. They have a rushing touchdown, and they have a passing touchdown. And they lead by 21 here. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Brown, the lone back in the backfield. Tobin's going to give it to him. He's across the 40, falls out to about the 44. That's a gain of 3.
It looked like that might have been number 15, Jeff Justice, on the carry that time.
You're right, actually.
Justice, a 5'8" junior. Maybe giving Tanner Brown a little breath.
Well, he's been busy running and kicking and everything else.
He hasn't came off the field, I don't think, the whole game.
It'll be second, and we'll call it a short 7. Tobin's going to throw it. He's got a man open. It's Steemack, and he's behind everybody. He might go. 10-5, touchdown, 61 yards.
Matthew Steemack is having a heck of a night tonight. Nice little post route on the weak side here, and he just blew by his defender. And he's got some wheels too, and once he gets past you, you're not going to catch him from behind. So Steemack with a couple of touchdowns, and Tobin really picking apart this defense now. A couple of passing touchdowns and a rushing one, so it's going to be tough to decide that player of the game between these couple guys.
That quickly makes it 27-0. Brown back on for another extra point. And it's up, and it looks good from here, and it is good. So with 3:47 still left in the first half, it's been all Eagles here in Bethalto. Civic Memorial 28, Centralia nothing. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
So we'll retire to the mountains.
Oh, but I love the ocean.
There are places you want to get to in life, like retirement. And now your State Farm agent can help guide you with the free State Farm Insurance and Financial Review to prioritize your needs and help you plan a roadmap for your financial future.
Come on, nothing beats pine trees.
Except for palm trees.
Call and schedule yours today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Contact Tom Lane to lay out your roadmap to retirement today at 377-8912 across from Gino's 140 Club in Bethalto.
To a military family, a phone call home is priceless, but these phone calls are expensive. By donating a used cell phone through Cell Phones for Soldiers, Weber Granite City Chevrolet is helping U.S. service members get a free 60-minute calling card. Cell Phones for Soldiers addresses an everyday emotional need that everyone has experienced, the need to call home, to hear a familiar voice while far away. If you have a cell phone you're not using, please donate it to us at Weber Granite City Chevrolet for the Cell Phones for Soldiers program.
The Eagles set to kick it away again here with 3:47 left here in the first half and leading by 4 touchdowns. And Brown puts the boot into it. It'll be taken at the 5 to the 10 to the 15, cutting up the middle and across the 25 and out near the 28. I think that's Fritsch. And he just won't go down.
He's the one guy on that Centralia offense that the Eagles are having trouble stopping. Fortunately, he hasn't hurt us too bad, not being able to put up any points, but Centralia is just reeling now, offensively, defensively, not clicking on very many cylinders. But the Eagles, on the other hand, looking sharp tonight for their home opener.
And officials call timeout now.
Cons are pointing at the clock.
Official timeout, they're going to discuss something. Ball is at the 28. That's where they'll spot it. 1st and 10 for Centralia. The Orphans scored 41 points last week, but they haven't been able to get on the board so far tonight, and the Eagles have not had that same problem. We're ready to go now, whatever they were discussing. They found a resolution to it. They're going to give the handoff to Panega. He slips and falls, and he's going to be down right about at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it looked like his knee went down before.
It did, actually.
That could be down behind the line of scrimmage.
They didn't call him down there. Now the Eagles, I think, are going to take a timeout.
Coach Tonzer is fired up as he huddles with his crew out here near the 40-yard line.
It's going to be a gain of 1. We'll go ahead and take a break. 2:59 left in the half. 28-0. CM leads Centralia. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
Compare a well-equipped Lexus ES to a well-equipped Buick LaCrosse. Get inside each and see what you find. If perfection is what you pursue, this might just change your course. Meet the new class of world class. The 2010 LaCrosse from Buick. May the best car win.
Ace Hardware in Bethalto is your helpful place. It's where you'll find more than 70,000 items in the store and even more online. It's where the people know how to solve your problems. It's where top brands like Benjamin Moore, Still, and Craftsman make your jobs go smoothly and with confidence. It's where hot buys sizzle each and every week. Ace Hardware in Bethalto is more than helpful. They save you time and money too.
So after the timeout, it'll be Centralia football, and they have a 2nd and 9 from their own 29. Man in motion. That's Fritsch to the far side. And they're going to, that's a fumble, actually a lateral. And I don't know who's on it. That kind of, I guess, it looks like Centralia recovered that.
And they got lucky.
That was an interesting play. He faked the handoff and then was trying to pitch to a man cutting through, but the man wasn't there. And he just threw the ball on the ground.
It looked like it was intended to be a shovel pass of sorts, but a little bit of miscommunication perhaps on the Centralia side.
They're calling it an incomplete pass.
Because it is a forward motion, so yeah, that's the correct call.
Even though it was underhanded, it looked like it was definitely a little shuffle pass, wasn't it?
4 receivers to the near side for Centralia here.
3rd and 9, and somebody moved. Let's see.
Centralia just can't get out of their own way. Too many penalties, turning the ball over.
That's on the Eagles this time, though. That's an offsides call. The Eagles have been penalized 5 times now for 65 yards.
Well, the Orphans will definitely take all the help they can get. They have struggled here in this first half.
Sets up a 3rd and 4, and they're going to throw it. Now Sadikich is going to run it. Oh, and he is hammered down as he just got across the line of scrimmage. And he was drilled.
Clotheslined.
Cody Burnett, I think, with the hit. And they're going to give him a gain of 1. It's going to be 4th, and the clock has stopped for a minute. Did somebody call timeout again?
Burnett, it may be
injury timeout, maybe. I don't
possibly. Know. If Sadikich looked like he was shaken up there, he did get up under his own power. The officials huddling.
They must have stopped it. They must have asked for it to be stopped for some reason.
But Burnett coming through like wildfire there. Not a very big kid, only listed at 155. But he just comes through and clotheslines Sadikich as he crosses the line of scrimmage.
I think the Eagles called another timeout. They want the ball back again.
Well, that's interesting.
They want to try and stop him here on 4th down and get the ball back. It's the only thing I can figure out.
Yeah, it makes sense.
4th and just short of 2. They're going to throw it. And it is incomplete, and the Eagles will take over at the 36-yard line of the Orphans.
Yeah, what you said makes sense. Them calling a timeout to try and get the ball back. I don't think either way. I mean, they were still going to get the ball back with roughly 2 minutes to go. I don't know if they really need that extra 30 seconds or so to
They haven't
to
on
score.
the last two possessions.
No. Last possession only lasted about 53 seconds or so.
So a short field now for the Eagles as they have it 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line of the Orphans, and the Eagles already up 28-0. Tobin looks over and gets the play signaled to him from the sidelines. He's from the shotgun. He takes the snap and handed it straight ahead. A flag flies. I think it's going to be a hold on the Eagles that time.
Jeff Justice continuing to get time at the fullback position in the backfield there, replacing Tanner Brown, who is playing defense, kicking duties tonight.
It's a loss of about 3 on the play, so they may or may not take the penalty. Looks like they won't. They'll decline it. And it'll be second. Actually, a loss of about 4 now where they're going to spot it. It'll be 2nd and 14 from the 37-yard line.
Imagine the Eagles will probably go to the air here with 2nd and long.
Tobin takes the snap. Looks downfield, still looking. He's going to get hit, and he's going to get sacked back across the midfield stripe into Eagles territory. That's going to be a loss of about 10 on that sack.
And Tobin just was locked on to Steemack again on this near side, who is, why not? I mean, the kid's been getting open all night long, but he just held on too long. The pressure was able to get to him and bring him down. So Tonser had called that timeout to try and get to a few extra seconds, and they've just been going backwards here offensively. This is the only series the Eagles have had where they don't look too sharp.
Third and 22 from the 50. From the shotgun. Tobin takes the snap. Drops back, screen play to Justice. He's across the 50, 45, jumps over one man, 40, and gets back almost to the original line of scrimmage. So a gain of about 12 on the play.
Nice job by Justice that time. Tobin just with a little pass out to the flat 4 or 5 yards, and Justice does the rest as he tries to turn it upfield and did break one tackle. I guess for the Eagles offense, this is a manageable 3rd down, would you call it? Team that's probably averaging around 13 or 14 yards of pass play here. And
well, it's 4th down, but it's probably still manageable.
Steemack in the slot.
And
it's illegal.
Timeout.
Motion? No.
Timeout called by the Eagles. We'll just stay here. 1:21 left in the first half, 28-0. The Eagles have looked a little confused on this drive.
Yeah, like I said, every series leading up to this one, they have been practically flawless. I mean, they have looked very sharp and crisp. This series, however, until that last little play by Justice, I mean, they were going backwards. So maybe a little too excited, maybe trying to do a little too much with a little time left here to go in the first half.
Looks like they're going to punt or a fake punt.
I'm not going to buy that they're punting the ball.
Oh, wait a minute. They've got the tee.
Oh, wow.
They've got the tee. This will be if they try to kick this will be a 56-yard field goal.
I don't believe this. I don't think they're going to try and kick this field goal. There's got to be some kind of a fake in play here. And if they do, Tanner Brown does have a boot. We've seen him on the kickoffs kick it into the end zone.
They're going to send somebody back deep to return it if it falls short. This is a 56-yard field goal attempt, and it's going to be short.
Not even close.
It's going to be taken at the 2, and it's going to be run back. Across the 20, 25, hit at the 27. I think that was Fritsch on the return. So it's almost like a punt.
Really it is, and surprising here, we saw them go for it on 4th down when they were closer to the goal line than this in the first quarter. So not exactly understanding the reasoning here, but maybe it's just a field possession game here by the Eagles trying to see if they could get it far enough. But it was not even close. I can't imagine Tonser actually believed that Tanner Brown could get that through the uprights.
It might be that he thought that would be better than a punt.
Because if you do punt it too far, it goes out. So then they get the ball at the 20. So yeah, I could see that.
1:10 left here in the first half. A few minutes after 8 o'clock here in the Riverbend. You're in tune to WBGZ Alton. And Centralia going to throw, and that throw is low and into the ground and incomplete. And Sadikich is not getting good snaps, and he's having trouble with pressure. He's now been incomplete on 5, or let's make it 7 of his last 8 pass attempts.
And for a guy who put up some nice numbers in their opener, he really seeming to struggle here. We'll give the credit right now to the Eagle defense.
They give the handoff going straight ahead and across the 30.
Yeah, I think that was Panega on the carry. And he may have picked up 3 on the play. I mean, it's going to make it 3rd and about 5.
Centralia in no hurry here, really, as the clock's still running. Under 40 seconds left to go in the first half.
I think the Orphans are just wanting to get to halftime and regroup, and
they want to make sure they run the time off the clock and not give the Eagles another chance to score. Another bad snap, and this time his knee touched the ground when he got the snap on the ground. And the Eagles have called a timeout, and I don't think they have any left.
I don't think they do either. Or they do. I mean, that would be their final one. I thought they'd already called 3, though.
Well, I don't know who called the last one. If they called, it doesn't even matter. They've stopped the clock anyway.
Yeah. A timeout is called. They'll credit it to the Eagles, so.
A loss of 5 on the last play, so it's 4th and 10. 26 seconds left to go here in the first half.
And it's funny, Tanner Brown did not start on the defensive side of the ball tonight. He started at fullback, and some point in the second quarter they pulled him out at fullback and now have him in playing defense here in the last couple of defensive series. So
Jack McKinney back at his 35 to receive the punt, and a whistle and a procedure penalty against Centralia. Well, even the officials just kind of nonchalant with this one, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd say in the last 3 to 4 minutes of this half, we've seen more laundry on the field than we have in the rest of this first half. So getting a little sloppy here in the later parts of the second quarter.
But we did run off another 4.8 seconds. So they'll kick it again on 4th down. This time they'll put the foot to it at about their own 10. And instead they're going to fake it. And across the 20 into the 30 and out of bounds at the 32.
I don't think that's going to be enough.
No, it's not. That's Frisch, and he's not going to get enough. And the Eagles are going to take over on downs, and they've still got time for at least a play or 2.
And for the Eagles, 17 seconds at about the 35, 36-yard line is... now, I'm pretty sure they've got no timeouts now unless my counting is way off, because that had to have been their 3rd timeout credited to them.
Centralia's going to take one here, though. They're going to make sure everybody uses up their full allotment.
Yeah, possibly. The Eagles, with the no-huddle offense, do have a chance. If they get about a 10 to 12-yard play, they could get to the line and spike it and leave themselves with a couple of seconds left, or they could just take a couple of shots at the end zone here.
Ball at the 32, 1st and 10. The Eagles have had good field position most of the times they've touched the football tonight. And they have moved the ball down the field quickly, so it's certainly not beyond possibility in the next 17 seconds that they can put this football in the end zone again.
No, not at all. It could be a one-play deal. Tobin to Steemack up the sideline, the way he's been getting open in this game. And there are 3 receivers to the short side of the field here.
5 receivers in the game for the Eagles. Tobin all by himself in the backfield. Takes the snap, drops it back, 4 or 5 steps. He's going to heave it down the left side, and intercepted in the end zone by Fritsch as he overthrew his intended receiver, and that was Stimac. And so the ball comes out to the 20, and Centralia will have it 1st and 10.
And a little bit overthrown that time by Tobin. Stimac, kind of a jump ball situation, but why would you want to run out the clock with leading 28-0 here at the going into the half? Let's make it interesting and see if Centralia give them one more chance to score here on a Hail Mary.
And now another timeout by Centralia. Anybody got any timeouts left down there? It's like the get out of jail free card. You only use that one time per round, right?
I think
everybody's using their timeouts.
I think the cheer squads on each side each have a timeout left remaining.
Yeah, the band has a timeout.
The dance team has a timeout.
Has a timeout. Yeah. Hasn't been used yet. 9.9 seconds to be exact left here in the first half. 28-0. The Eagles lead the Orphans. The Orphans will have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The last 30 seconds have taken about 20 minutes.
I wonder if anybody's counting the timeouts out there.
I wonder myself, because I could have swore CM had used all 3 of theirs.
And what are they going to do? They're going to air it out down the field, across midfield, and it falls incomplete. Now we've still got 3 seconds time to do that one more time.
Band getting set up down here in front of us on the track. A performance by them and the Purple Pizzazz.
Don't forget their timeout.
Right. And if the band doesn't get set up in time, they may have to call that.
And we've got time for one more play here, barring any kind of penalty. 3 seconds left in the first half. It's been a good first half for the Eagles. They lead it 28-0. And they're going to run the ball, and across the 30 and down at the 35 is Panega. And that will finally end the first half, a 15-yard gain and one last first down for the Orphans, but they'll go into the locker room and try to figure out what hit them. The Eagles here at halftime lead the Orphans 28-0. We'll be back to talk about the first half in a few minutes. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place. Jack Schmidt Chevrolet of Wood River. If you don't know where to get the best auto deals, then you don't know Jack Schmidt. Alton Refrigeration, the first choice in quality HD TV and appliances. Quality Buick, GMC, Cadillac, serving the Riverbend for 52 years. Barry Macias, professional independent insurance agents. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance. All your protection under one roof. Alt Memorial Hospital. The best healthcare close to home. Tom Lane State Farm. Your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Weber Granite City Chevrolet. Buy American.
And the Eagles are going to continue going right to left the way they ended the first half.
And it's going to be Campbell to kick it away. It's the first time he's kicked the football tonight. And it's taken at the 10 by Justice across the 15, across the 20, 25, trying to get around the right corner. Drops the football, it's fumbled, and Centralia recovers at the 26-yard line. So that might be the kind of spark that could change things for the Orphans.
Absolutely. That's definitely the way you'd like to come out and start this second half if you're Centralia. Losing by 28 points, you need something to get you motivated, to get you back into the game and excited about making this a football game. And now Centralia is going to take over, with their best field position they've had the whole game. So if they can't come away with some kind of points here, it's going to be really disappointing for their team.
It was a very good return, too, and Justice just put the ball on the ground right at the end of it.
He's being tended to by the trainer on the sideline here, Justice is.
Another bad snap, and the quarterback's going to have to run it, Sadikich, and he makes the best of it and gets first down yardage as he gets across the 15 down to the 14.
And Sadikich has taken some hits here tonight, a couple of sacks, and been brought down pretty hard on a couple of running plays that he's decided to take off with. He's a sophomore quarterback that's listed at 5'9", 150, so
he's not big.
He's not very big at all. He's got a heck of an arm, and looks like he moves pretty well on his feet. But
if they could just figure out how to snap the ball to him so he didn't have to pick it up off the ground every time.
Yeah, he and Alex Fitch, who's taken some snaps at quarterback tonight, have both had
There's
trouble.
There's another one down at his shoe tops. He slings it out to the left side. A great catch over there. And out of bounds at around the 10. That was Campbell with the catch, and that was like one-handed, almost behind his back.
Good job reeling that in, too, by Campbell, and they're going to get a few on that play. But, yeah, talking about those snaps, that's definitely an issue that Centralia
throws the whole timing off of everything.
Oh, absolutely, and not to mention the quarterback's got to take his eyes off of downfield to make sure he's getting that ball in well, and it's just really just disrupts everything, as you said.
2nd and 6, the ball at the 10-yard line, and Centralia threatening here. They give it to Panega, and he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown. So as quickly as the Eagles started the first quarter, Centralia on the board here in the third quarter. Their first touchdown of the night. That's a 6-yard run by Andrew Panega.
So the Orphans take advantage of the short field and put it in on just a few plays, and you got to wonder, where was this intensity, where was this energy in the first half for Centralia? They came out so flat and unable to really even move the ball, and they get on the board here for the first time in the third quarter with in less than a minute in this second half.
The extra point attempt by Albert is up, and he pulled it to the left. It is no good. So 11-17 just underway here in the second half. 11-17 left in the third quarter. Centralia on the board. It's the Eagles 28, the Orphans 6. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
Why is Roberts Motors #1 in Ford certified pre-owned sales in the St. Louis Metro East?
Visit the 169-point inspection all our vehicles go through.
Maybe it's because we've been doing it for over 60 years.
Or is it the large selection we keep in stock at all times?
Personally, I think the answer is all the above. Stop in today and see. Nobody does pre-owned better than Roberts Motors.
Roberts Motors, your hometown dealer for over 60 years in Alton, Illinois, or on the web at riverBender.com.
I'll grab the birthday cake. You bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
Sponsorship opportunities. Call the Simmons firm at 866-468-8631.
On the kickoff, it's taken at the 10, across the 20, and out to the 30-yard line before being taken down. That's where the Eagles will start it, and
Jared Linton on the return.
Wasn't it? Yes, on the return, a good return.
This kid's got some serious wheels and brings it up. Decent field position now for the Eagles, and they'll get their second chance on offense here in the second half, and hopefully just an anomaly in that last series.
They'll have it at the 29, their own 29, 1st and 10. Tobin is the quarterback. Looks like Justice is still in the backfield. 2 receivers to each side, and they go straight ahead across the 30. Actually, that's Brown who's back in the backfield. He gets across the 31, so a short gain, 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And it's funny, they got Tanner Brown listed as a wide receiver on the official roster here that they hand out, but he is definitely their go-to guy at the running back position.
3 receivers to the far side. Tobin's going to throw it over there. He does to Linton, and he is still on his feet as he gets across the 35. And I think they're going to mark it near the 36. That'll be a gain of about 5, and it'll be 3rd and 3.
And nice job by Linton there, just a little screen play, wide receiver screen. He's playing that middle slot, and he just takes a step back, and Tobin fires it in there to him, picks up a nice gain after the catch.
Third down situation here for the Eagles from their own 36-yard line. Tobin takes the snap from the shotgun. He's got a man open. It's Sneemack, and he overthrew him. He was across midfield. He was open as he kind of ran that 15-yard post, and he got hit, and you almost could sense that he knew a hit was coming. The ball was just a little high and out of his reach.
Yeah, and Tobin really probably needs to get the ball out there a little faster. Almost hung his receiver out to dry. Sneemack, we've seen him go up and get one earlier, and he had that long touchdown pass in the second quarter, but Tobin just timing a little off on that play. They're going to go for it.
Looks like they are going to go for it from their own 36 on 4th and 3. They are. Tobin back to pass again. Now he's going to have to run to his right. He's going to have to run forward. Tries to get the first down. Hops into the air, and I think he might have gotten it. Depends on where they spot the football. It's going to be very close.
Tobin going airborne, and I question the play calling there. I mean, you're leading by 22. Centralia just scored. It's 4th and 3. The last thing you want to do is give them a short field again, and that's what happens. The ball spotted just shy of that first down. I'm surprised they're not going to bring the chains out to measure it, but the defense for CM onto the field now, and really, in my opinion, not a smart play call by Tonser. I say either punt the ball away or go to the air. Well, I guess they were trying to go to the air, but really the smart play there to just punt the ball away.
So now Centralia, after getting a touchdown, has the ball at the 39-yard line of the Eagles, 1st and 10, as the Eagles give it up on downs.
And if Centralia goes in to score,
they're going to try right here, deep down the sideline, a little bit of a bump down there. And I think it was Fritsch, the intended receiver, and it's incomplete at the 10. And then probably, if there had been any call, would have been an offensive interference call, but there's no call. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Des Woods on the coverage there for CM, doing a good job on Fitch, who's really been the bright spot in this Centralia offense for most of this game. Of course, Penega has that 10, 12-yard touchdown run in their last series, but going back to the play call by Tonser on 4th down, if Centralia scores here on this series, I mean, you can go back to that play call and call it a pivotal point in the game when they could have punted it away and gave Centralia a long field.
Sadikich from the shotgun, man in motion to the near side. That's Penega. Another low snap. They're going to throw it. I think a holding call is going to be against Centralia. The pass falls incomplete, and it is a hold, and the Eagles will accept it.
And Coach Tonser waving, take the penalty, and of course you do. And the Eagles catch a break there. That really helps them out. That'll put them back to near midfield.
I think they'll mark it off from the line of scrimmage. It looks like that's where the hold was, so it's going to be about 2nd now and 18 maybe. Closer to 20, I guess.
Yeah, they're going to have the ball at the CM 48-yard line, so like I said, right at about midfield. They mark it 2nd and 20 officially, so a long way to go here for the Orphans.
And somebody moved, and that's going to be another 5 yards against the Orphans. So they had good field position. They've lost it. And it's now 2nd and 25. They're going backwards fast. From the shotgun, Sadikich rolls to his right. He's going to throw it downfield, and it's caught, and that's going to be a touchdown. Nobody is going to catch Maccabee. He caught it at about the 20, spun away from one guy, and took it into the end zone.
Junior wide receiver just running a fly pattern down the sideline. A nice ball placement by Sadikich, who just hits him in stride, and nobody was going to catch him after he reeled it in. And now we've got a ball game on our hands as Centralia scored 2 straight offensive possessions. And going back to that 4th down, Tonser should have called a punt on 4th down instead of going for it.
That's a 54-yard touchdown pass, and now the Orphans will go for 2. They missed the extra point after their first touchdown from the shotgun. Straight ahead is Fritsch, and he is into the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
I like that play call by Centralia there. Fritsch, who's seen some time at quarterback here tonight with Sadikich on the sideline a few times. And he has gotten big chunks of yardage from the option game, and he had a nice wide open hole up the middle that time for a quarterback draw. And it's 28-14 now, and the question will be asked by Scott Tonser, especially if Centralia comes back to possibly tie it up or even win, what the thinking was on 4th down in the second series of the first half.
We'll keep it right here after the touchdown. 28-14 now our score. Centralia with 2 quick touchdowns here in the third quarter.
Things have almost flipped the script from the first half here. Now the Eagle defense reeling a little bit and just unable to put a stop on the Orphans, and Centralia, on the other hand, moving the ball nicely, although they've had a couple of short fields.
And they will kick off again for the third time in about 3 minutes worth of scoreboard clock. And they'll kick it deep. And it'll be taken at the 9 across the 15, 20, straight ahead, 25, 26, 27, 29-yard line. Finally.
That was Tanner Brown on the return. He's a little slow getting up. He's going to stay out there for offense maybe.
So we'll see if the Eagles, if nothing else, can use a little bit of the clock here on this drive. They fumbled the opening kickoff here in the third quarter. That led to a quick touchdown for Centralia. And then on 4th down, the Eagles went for it at their own 36 and didn't make it. And Centralia took that possession into the end zone. So it's now a 2-touchdown lead for the Eagles. From the shotgun, it's Tobin. He takes the snap. Quick pass to Linton. He's going to get across the 35, and they'll mark him right about at the 35. That's a gain of about 6. And just a quick hitter, nice safe play there.
Really like an extension of your running game when you run those plays like that. Linton just takes one step facing the quarterback, and Tobin fires it into him. It's not even where he goes through progressions. It's like bam, just hit him and go. So really almost like just quick running plays, pitch plays almost to the wide receivers like that. And it with the receivers in 3 and 4 wide sets, just spreads that defense out.
Give it to Brown this time. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, might have gotten 1 yard, and all of a sudden Centralia's defense a little bit fired up.
And as well they should be. A couple of quick scores by their offense in the first half, so the defense can't let them down by allowing the Eagles to score quickly and extending the lead. So the Orphan defense really needs to shore things up, force a turnover, force a punt. Got to wonder if they do get put into a 4th down situation after this play, if Tonser is going to be foolish enough to try and go for it again.
3rd and 2 for the Eagles. Tobin's going to throw. He does. Steemack wide open. Bounces off 2 people. Gets out near midfield. That's good for a first down. A pickup of about 10.
Steemack reeling in another pass here and converting on 3rd down here by Tobin as he just fired one. That's got to be his go-to guy, Steemack, because he was just locked onto him on 3rd down, and he's been so clutch, able to reel in nearly everything Tobin throws his way. So midfield here for the Eagles.
From their own 48, from the shotgun, Tobin wants to throw. His man was covered. Now he's got to make something up, and he throws it to Linton. I think it fell incomplete, and that was in the danger zone.
Yeah, Tobin looking right, wanted to hit Brown on a little swing pass, but it was covered. So he looks to his left, trying to make something out of nothing, and just kind of flips it out to Linton in the middle of the field there. Could have been dangerous.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Eagles. 7:50 left here in the third quarter. 2-touchdown lead for CM. They look over to the bench, get the signals called. Brown was going to move to the right side. Tobin put him back on the left side. And Tobin's going to keep it and run to his left across midfield to the 45, out of bounds. And that might be a late hit, and it is. A flag flies. So some extra yardage going to be tacked on. Tobin picked up about 9 on his own, and it's going to be another 15 for a late hit out of bounds.
Yeah, you were talking about the adjustment. Tobin keeping Tanner Brown on his left side in the pre-snap there. Brown was trying to move to the right. I think Tobin may have saw something on that left side to where if he fakes it to Brown going the opposite way, he knew he had a lane around the left end. So the Eagles now marching closer to the goal line after the penalty.
That'll move it down to about the 28-yard line of Centralia. And another new set of downs for Civic Memorial. Shotgun again for Tobin.
I love in this no-huddle offense how every player at the exact same time looks to the sideline for the play.
And Tobin's going to keep it again and run up the middle and across the 25 down to the 24. That's a gain of about 4. So it'll be 2nd and 6. And the Eagles inside the Centralia 25, leading by 14. Don't forget, after this game, it's East Alton, Wood River, and Litchfield that will come your way here on Z1570, so stay tuned for that. Tobin takes the snap, throws it out in the flat to Linton. He gets away from one man, but then he's hit and struggles to get back near the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be no gain.
It's going to bring up 3rd and a manageable 3rd down situation, about 6. And really, you could go either way here. You could run your read running play, or you could go to the air. Steemack, last couple of plays, has been working with the bunch side with the 3 receivers. This time he works on the solo side, on the wide side of the field. I wouldn't be surprised if Tobin looks for him here. Maybe a quick slant.
He takes the snap. He's looking the other way, actually. Now he's going to have to run. Now he throws it across the middle of the field, and it's complete at the 10 and down to the 6-yard line as the receiver fell down. And that was Emmerich, who caught it at about the 20 and was wide open in the middle of the field and just fell down around the 7-yard line.
Yeah, he definitely had the chance to cross the goal line there, but as he went to go upfield coming over the middle, just lost his footing a little bit. But nevertheless, it's going to be 1st and goal here for the Eagles.
And they're going to throw it again. And incomplete. That was thrown into a crowd. The Eagles are wanting a flag. There were a lot of bodies hanging on to each other near the goal line. And I guess no harm, no foul.
Yeah, the pass was intended for Michael Shashin coming over the middle from the slot position. And really, I thought there should have been a flag on that one as well. He had a guy literally just hanging on to his jersey, on the front part of his jersey. So referees keeping the laundry in their pants this time, but bring up 2nd down now for CM.
2nd and goal from the 7. Again, they look to the sidelines. Play is signaled in. And now Tobin takes the snap, and he gives it to Brown. Puts his head down, gets near the 5. And that's going to be all. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 5.
And I think here's where the offense, the Eagles run this wide open spread offense with 4 and 5 wide receivers always in the shotgun, can kind of be a handicap because you really don't have a goal line offense. You don't have any type of a power running game that can just push it up the middle and get those 2, 3, 4, 5-yard chunks.
They're going to throw it, maybe. No, Tobin's running now as he rolls out to his right, trying to get into the end zone. He throws it, but I think he's past the line of scrimmage. We'll have to see. There's a flag down. It's a touchdown if he's not, but I think he's across the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's a nice heads-up play by Tobin to keep his eyes downfield.
If you just run, though.
I think he could have, too. He could have had it either way, but he saw his receiver wide open in the end zone, and, instinctively a quarterback's going to dump that off, but, yeah, I'm almost positive he was across the line of scrimmage. Good idea.
Scrimmage was the 5, and I think he threw that from about the 2.
Yeah, it was a good idea. The thought was there, but you got to know where your line of scrimmage is at.
Well, let's see. We still haven't had a signal. Now we're going to get one.
This is where that instant replay could come in handy again for high school football.
They're going to move it back to the 8, and it'll be 4th down, and it looks like they're going to try a field goal.
This game's being brought to you on RiverBender.com tonight as well. You can always check out games online at RiverBender.com.
The field goal attempt is up. It's plenty long, and it is good. A 25-yard field goal for the Eagles. Brown with the kick, and with 5:36 left in the third quarter, our score now Civic Memorial 31, Centralia 14. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
From its birth in 1931 on Broadway in Alton to its new home on Homer Adams Parkway, welcome to Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings. Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings earned its outstanding customer service reputation in servicing major appliance brands such as Maytag, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Frigidaire, Samsung, and more. When you think about it, Alton Refrigeration is about providing you with years of comfortable living with worry-free brand name products.
To-do lists rarely need more to do. So, at American Family, we offer a variety of products at affordable prices with the convenience of a single agent. From auto and homeowners to business and life insurance. This is Gerard Fisher with American Family Insurance. Give me a call at 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
The Eagles set to kick off here after the field goal, and the kick is taken down near the 5 to the 15, 20, 25, still on his feet, and across the 30, and now near the 35 is Fritsch, and finally drugged down, and it took about 8 guys to do it. A good return, and Centralia will have it at the 35-yard line.
Seems like it always takes 6 or 8 guys to bring Fritsch down when he touches the ball, and if I was Centralia head coach, I would definitely be trying to get the ball into his hands as much as possible here in the second half.
31-14 our score. Civic Memorial leads Centralia here on the home opener. The Eagles looking for their first win of the season, trying to even their record at 1-1. Lost a close game to DuQuoin last week, 35-28. Put 28 quick points on the board here in the first half. And now it's 31-14, and we have a delay for some reason, and I'm not sure exactly why. Now we're going to put the ball in play, and it'll be 1st and 10, and they've gone back to Fritsch at quarterback. And they go, he's going to keep the ball, fake the pitch on the option. He's hit. Didn't get much, might have picked up a yard, as the Eagles had the option man covered and the quarterback covered on that play.
Yeah, it's really, the option play can be hard to defend, but as long as everybody holds up their end of responsibilities, it can be stopped easily as well. You have one guy whose responsibility is the quarterback. Usually that's the defensive end. And the outside linebacker's responsibility is typically the pitch man. If both of those guys are covered, the rest of your defense can swarm to the ball. And
speaking of swarm, 5 receivers to the left, and now the quarterback's going to run with it and get a first down and then some across midfield. That's Sadikich, who falls at the 46-yard line of Civic Memorial. That's about a 19-yard pickup.
Yeah, nice pickup there by Sadikich. Just kind of a gash play up the middle there. Not sure if that was a busted play or if it was designed, because it looked like he wanted to go to his right at first, but nevertheless, the Centralia Orphans cross midfield with a first down now.
From the spread formation, this time they're going to throw it, and it's intercepted across the 30, 40, midfield, 45, and finally taken down.
Jack McKinney on the pick that time. He had one in the first half that was taken away because of a pass interference call, and he redeemed himself and gets that interception of this game. And now the Eagles have a bit of a short field to work with and see if they can get things rolling again on the offensive side.
That pass just a little bit overthrown. Fritsch was the intended receiver, and it just got out there too quickly. He couldn't catch up to it, and right into the hands of McKinney.
Yeah, Sadikich has got a nice tight spiral. He throws a pretty ball, but he's been a little high and long on a few passes here tonight. But for a sophomore quarterback, you gotta like the potential that's there, and he just needs that game experience to really kind of come into his own.
So the Eagles will take over at the 45 of Centralia. 4:19 left in the third quarter. Tobin's going to put it in the air quickly. Steemack catches it, breaks a tackle and picks up about 3 extra yards, maybe 4 altogether, as he got past the first man, but there were some reserves coming over, and they threw him out of bounds after a gain of about 3.
That's really what the Eagles' running game is boiled down to, is those little quick hitch plays that Tobin gets to the wide receivers. We've seen Linton catch a handful of them, Steamack right there. It's just a snap, boom, and he gets the pass right out to his receiver.
2nd and 7. And this time Tobin will keep it, and he'll lose a couple. The running play where either he gives it to Brown or whoever's back there in the backfield, or decides to keep it himself, has not worked in the second half.
No, it really hasn't. And you saw it work effectively in the first half. Tobin obviously scored a touchdown on it in that first quarter. I think the Centralia defense is a little wise to it, and as well they should be. They run that same play as well, so they should be versed on how to stop that play.
Wonder if there's another running play in your playbook just to show them once in a while.
I doubt it.
Do something different.
I haven't seen a different one in the last 3 years from CM.
Tobin's under pressure. He's going to go down all the way back near the Eagles' 40-yard line, as he just held the ball too long that time.
Yeah, he was keeping his eyes downfield, but he had heavy pressure. He was under heavy pressure. You got to get rid of the ball. Just throw that away. Throw it at the feet of one of your receivers. He could have done that, but a big loss there. 4th and 23 for the Eagles.
That's a 14-yard loss on the sack.
They're lining up in the offense.
Tobin's going to do the quick kick this time, and it's going to be taken at the 30 or 25. That's Fritsch across the 40 out to the 42. So Centralia kind of figured that must be what was going to happen, and they're going to get the ball back with 2:22 left here in the third quarter, and it's 31-14. CM leads.
And Zach Tobin comes off the field pretty frustrated, kind of shaking his head a little bit. Coach Scott Tonser gives him a few words of encouragement. I think probably just tell him, don't worry about it. We'll get that back next series. But on the meantime, I'm only down 17. Centralia has plenty of time to get themselves into this ball game.
Spread offense again from the shotgun. They're going to throw. They're going to try to throw long, and Campbell overthrown, incomplete at around the 35.
Rashad Campbell, the intended receiver there, and again, Sadikich just a little high and long on these plays on the sideline.
So it'll be 2nd down from the 42. $270 yards almost last week for Sadikich, but he hasn't been quite as accurate in this game. Quick pass over to Fritsch. They're going to let him catch it in the backfield and run with it. He's got the first down and got tripped up, or he might have gotten a lot more, as he gets down to the Eagles' 43.
Des Woods on the tackle there, the cornerback. Really, what happened was Alex Fritsch juked Woods out and passed him, and Woods just gets lucky, grabs his feet, and is able to bring him down with a hand tackle with the shoelaces there. So a first down, and the Orphans cross midfield again. Some shifting by the Eagle defense here.
In motion to the far side goes Fritsch. And they're going to do that little shovel pass this time to Panega, and he slipped as he tried to get the corner. He picked up a couple, but it looked like it could have had the potential to be a bigger gain than that, and he kind of lost his footing. It might be getting wet out there.
Yeah, a little dew out on the grass here, and yeah, he had a wide open hole just between the guard and center there, and like you said, could have picked up big yardage, but couldn't keep his footing. And he goes in motion now away.
2nd and 8. They put it in the air, and it's complete. Enough for the first down. And who was that? Is that
Baumgartner? Baumgartner with a couple of catches here tonight. Nice pass, moving the chains again. So Centralia not looking like blockbusters here offensively in the second half, but looking much better than in the first half, and threatening to score again.
1st and 10 from the Eagles' 32. Sadikich, 2 backs in the backfield this time. Throws it over the middle, complete, short gain. That's Baumgartner again, and he's going to get down to about the 27. That's about a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, those two backs in the backfield that time, both just running little wheel routes out into the flat, really kind of like safety valve passes, or safety valve routes really for the quarterback in case nothing was open downfield. He found Baumgartner over the middle just behind the linebackers.
2nd and 5. They give the ball on the running play straight ahead to Panega. He gets across the 25 to the 24, maybe the 23. He's going to be about a yard short, it looks like. It's going to set up 3rd and 1 for Centralia.
This is a big play here for the Eagle defense. A stop, force a 4th down, and Centralia, depending on what their coach is wanting to do, would most likely go for it. But if you could possibly force Centralia into a loss here, or, even a sack, I would imagine
they're going to have to hurry to get this off before the end of the quarter. And now a timeout is called by Centralia with 7 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter.
And the last time they started calling timeouts in the first half, it seemed like they couldn't stop. Luckily, we're only in the 3rd quarter here. That should not happen, but it looks like Centralia wanting to get one play off before the 3rd quarter ends. And
as long as it's not going to be a delay of game, though, you wonder if it's worth burning that timeout for that.
Yeah, it is a bit peculiar. I mean, it seemed like they still had a few seconds left. Even though, there is no play clock here on the sideline. Some high schools equipped with those. CM is not, as of yet.
Nobody counting the timeouts either.
Yeah. I'm still convinced that CM got 4 timeouts in that first half. But
so it'll be 3rd and 1 after the timeout, and let's see what Centralia does.
Maybe head coach of Centralia, Ray Kaling, just wanting to make sure they execute this play properly to pick up the 1st down. That way they go into the 4th quarter with a fresh set of downs.
Almost certainly 2-down territory here.
Oh, absolutely.
3rd and 1, terrible snap. Quarterback keeps it, and he falls down as he gets down near the 15. And that's going to be good for a 1st down. Pickup of about 7 on the play. Boy, that bad snap is just...
It's
every play.
It's almost, it's going to be devastating as the year goes on if that's something they don't get fixed, because it's going to get your quarterback killed, because at one point he's going to go down to get it and somebody's going to come free off an edge rush and just smoke him.
Well, he's had to do a lot of improvising because of the mix-up in the timing, but happened to fumble the snap. Anyway, that's the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll be back for the final 12 minutes right after this. Our score after 3 periods. Civic Memorial 31, Centralia 14. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
There's a long pass. It looks like it's going to be overthrown. Oh, the receiver dashes under the ball and makes the catch. Touchdown!
Where did he get that extra burst of speed? That off-season training really paid off.
Alton Memorial Hospital's Human Motion Institute Sports Performance helps athletes maximize their potential and improve their game. With sports performance training, you'll leap higher, run faster, and throw farther. Learn more at altonmemorialhospital.org. Human Motion Institute Sports Performance, building better athletes.
At Jack Schmidt Chevrolet in Wood River, we make car buying a breeze. A member of our sales team will assist you in selecting the perfect new or GM certified pre-owned vehicle, and we back it up with our guaranteed price policy. Our commitment to you continues after the sale with genuine Goodwrench service. So if you don't know where to get the best deal on quality vehicles and service,
you don't know Jack Schmidt!
In Wood River, Illinois.
Yeah!
They're in your neighborhood. See them at any of their 5 Riverbend locations or at lacledecu.com. Laclede Community Credit Union, where members are family and family is value.
After the timeout, Sadikich hits Fritsch down the left side, and he is into the end zone right at the corner. Touchdown, Centralia.
Yeah, the Orphans able to pick up the 1st down to end the 3rd quarter, and Sadikich just hits one of those little quick hitch passes to Fritsch. One of those plays the Eagles have been running quite a bit here tonight, where he just snaps it and boom, hits Fritsch on the left side, and he's able to make a move and get into the end zone and tighten this ball game up with the extra point awaiting. If this is good, we've got a 10-point ball game in the 4th quarter, and the Eagles defense looking less and less impressive as this game goes on.
Centralia will go for 2. Fritsch is the quarterback. He takes the snap, He's going to keep it, trying to run to the right side. Dives and dives into the end zone. The two-point conversion is good.
And the Eagles defense coming off looking incredibly disappointed. And, I mean, they should be. They shut this team out in the first half, and all of a sudden they've gave up 22 points in just a shade over a quarter.
So with 11:52 left to play, our score now, Civic Memorial 31, Centralia 22. Back with the kickoff. After this, you're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
At Olin Community Credit Union, they offer more than savings accounts, checking accounts, money markets, loans, and IRAs. They also offer a Visa Platinum card, which rewards their members with low rates, no annual fees, no hidden fees, no balance transfer fees, built-in safety features to protect your card from fraud, and a rewards program, which rewards you for every purchase you make. Apply today for an Olin Community Credit Union Visa Platinum card at www.olincreditunion.org.
Ragusa drops to throw. Now lets it go deep down the left sideline. He's got top, and he makes a dandy catch.
Here's another steal by Bradley. Lumpkins all alone. He lays it in from.
Yeah! Woo!
And very quickly, the quick kick, onside kick attempt by Centralia is recovered just across midfield by the Eagles. That was Cody Burnett. As a little bit of trickery tried there by Centralia, but it didn't work, and the Eagles now have it at their own 49. Good field possession. And they're going to give it to Brown, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage, trying to struggle forward for a yard, but he might have gotten a half, but that's it.
Yeah, Brown doing a good job churning his legs, making sure he keeps him moving until he's actually brought to the ground. Didn't pick up much, but really put forth a nice effort on that play to just make the defense work for it. But yeah, that onside kick, that could have been devastating for the Eagles. The Orphans lined up and kicked that in a hurry, trying to catch him off guard.
It'll be second and a long 9 for CM, right from the midfield stripe. Brown now moves over to the right side of Tobin, the quarterback, who takes the snap, and he's going to run to the right, and he's going to hang on to it, and he's going to pick up maybe a yard. He had Brown out there as the pitch guy, but that was well defended by Centralia.
Yeah, really nowhere to go that time for Tobin or for Brown for that matter had he got the pitch. And the Orphans doing a good job, linebackers moving sideline to sideline to make sure that can't get taken upfield. And 3rd and 7 now for the Eagles. Need to pick up a first here.
From the shotgun, it's Tobin. 3 receivers to the far side. He takes the snap. He's looking left. Now he's looking right. Throws across the middle and overthrows the receiver. And he had another guy a little deeper. That was Shashin, who was wide open at the 25-yard line, but Tobin didn't see him.
And really, that's questionable pass interference call there. Pass was intended for Taylor Emmerich over the middle, and it looks like he was mauled a little bit going up for to try and reel it in.
And now on 4th and 7, looks like that's that quick punt formation that the Eagles use, although don't kid yourself, anything could come out of this.
Oh, absolutely. And
Tobin is still in there, and he is going to kick it. Kind of the pooch kick. It falls at the 20, 15, down to the 10, and it's going to roll dead at about the 6-yard line. So that worked well for the Eagles, and Centralia will have a long field to go to put points on the board.
Well, this has really been a tale of two halves for these teams. The first half, the Eagles offense really couldn't be stopped. The defense was very opportunistic, forcing some turnovers and blocking the punt for a touchdown. And the Orphans in the first half really couldn't get anything going offensively, had a big trouble stopping the passing attack from the Eagles. Here in the second half, it's been the opposite. The Eagles offense really struggling to convert first downs, and the Orphans defense doing a good job of stopping what running game the Eagles have had.
It's a 9-point game, and there's still a lot of time left here in the fourth quarter, 10-19. And they're going to throw the lateral, and Brown is hit in the end zone, stays on his feet. Will he get out? He just does and gets out to about the 2-yard line.
Wow, that's that same play they started the game with, that double. They were trying to go for that double pass where the quarterback throws it to the running back who's just out in the flat there, and the halfback was going to look downfield but couldn't really control the ball, and the Orphans really catch a break there by not taking the safety.
Dangerous call inside your own 5-yard line.
Yeah, I say you need to try that maybe with a little bit more breathing room, because that could have ended badly.
Now what's Sadikich going to do? Up the far sideline and out of bounds, and it looked like he was just kind of airing that one out. His intended receiver over there was Campbell, and that was well over his head and out of bounds. So now it's 3rd and 14, say 15 from the 1, and you don't have much punting room back there either if you don't get out of this end zone area.
Not at all, and really, and this is where the snapping for the Orphans could really hurt them. If they get a bad one, a low one, they could end up taking a safety.
They're going to throw it again across the middle of the field. It's complete, and a flag flies, and out for a first down near the 22 with the reception is Fritsch, and he's going to add 15 onto that, I think, with a face mask.
Yeah, Fritsch doing a good job coming over the middle there, but took the face mask penalty, and that's going to move him close to midfield. Nice pass that time by Sadikich.
So not only do they get out of the shadow of their own end zone, but they're going to get the ball out to the 20. It was only a 5-yard penalty. So I guess they're saying it was incidental. Boy, his head sure jerked back for it to be just incidental.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a first down now at the 27. And now a whistle blows. And the coach, I think, wants to know why that was only a 5-yard penalty. He is screaming at the official.
I didn't think that there was. I thought, the face mask penalty was 10 yards regardless.
Well, it's usually 15.
15. I know in the NFL there for a few years they had to differentiate between, but
straight ahead with the ball is Panega. He gets out near the 35. That's going to be an 8-yard pickup.
Orphans getting close to a first down here, and what a break they caught by being able to convert on 3rd and long when they were backed up to their own 1.
It's early in the season for these referees too.
That's true. That is true.
I think they might have blown that one by 10 yards.
I agree.
2nd down and 2 now for Centralia from the shotgun. Sadikich looking to his left. That's a dangerous pass. And it's caught at the 45. Almost picked off, but it's complete at the 45, and that's good for a first down.
Michael Shashin trying to defend the pass and just gets over his head. Sadikich threading the needle and hitting his receiver on the sideline. And it was reeled in by number 6, Dylan McCabe. And Orphans have something going here on the offensive side, moving the ball.
1st and 10 from their own 45, and now they're talking to the official about something.
Yeah, Alex Fritsch, the receiver / backup quarterback.
And the one who about got his head jerked off a minute ago.
Yeah.
Maybe he was still trying to plead his case one more time. And a flag flies. I think that's going to be a procedure call, and it is against Centralia, so that'll move them back 5. They've had a few of those tonight.
And not helping yourself by those
now they're going to call timeout. 8:59 left to go, and we'll watch the coach yell at the referee during this timeout while you guys listen to this. 31-22. The Eagles lead the Orphans. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
When looking for a quality dairy product, look at the label. It should say Prairie
He's
Farms
just letting
Dairy.
that guy have it on the sidelines over there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't blame him. That was terrible.
Because he gave it, he saw his head do the whole
family. Why? Because Prairie Farms wants to be
if it was a face mask,
5 yard.
Prairie Farms on the label. It's the
the NFL did that for a couple of years, but they even did away with it. So I don't get that.
Prairie Farms. At Roberts Motors in Alton, they're continuously striving to find ways to better serve you. And
we'll
now
take her
there's
back
Quick
after
Lane
this.
Tire and Auto Center, located in Roberts Service Department. Quick Lane provides quick service by factory-trained technicians, and you don't need an appointment. You can wait in the new customer lounge that offers free wireless internet, TV, and refreshments. Quick Lane has extended hours through the week and is even open on Saturday. Roberts Motors, finding yet another way to serve you better with Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers.
On first and 15, they throw it over the middle of the field, in and out of the hands of the receiver, and almost intercepted. As that was that Woods that almost came up with that? He didn't expect it. It went right out of the hands of the receiver and hit him right in the chest and fell to the ground.
Yeah, Matt Baumgartner, the receiver, coming over the middle with the intended receiver, I should say there, just in and out of his hands, bouncing off of his shoulder pads there in the chest, and Des Woods, it literally fell right into his hands, and he just couldn't hold on to it.
Second and 15. Now they throw it in the flat to Fritch. He's back to the line of scrimmage, shakes 2 tackles, picks up 5. Now he's got 10. He breaks a tackle, first down yardage, down the sidelines, a foot race, and he's finally yanked down at the 25-yard line.
Man, what a ball player this Alex Fritch is. He broke tackles from nearly 8, I'd say, Eagle defenders. I mean, he literally got touched by almost all of them, spinning and stiff-arming and shaking out there, and a great job by him on a big, really just a little quick hitch play that he turns into a long gain, and he's got the Orphans threatening to score here with a little over 8.5 minutes to go, and a touchdown here could really put the Eagles on their heels.
It's first and 10 at the Eagles' 20. Boy, he broke some tackles on that run. And they give the ball to Panega. He's going to go straight ahead, pick up maybe a couple yards. Boy, we've seen that a few times tonight. Fritch is just hard to bring down.
Oh, nearly impossible. I mean, you've got to attack him and gang tackle. As soon as he gets the ball, you need to swarm to it, and whoever gets there first has got to hold him up and wait for help, because I don't think you're bringing him down all by yourself.
And he's back at quarterback now on 2nd and 9 from the 19. And a false start's going to move him back 5 yards again, and another snap that hit him in the feet.
I think one thing that can help that does help the Eagle defense is when Fritch is taking the snaps at quarterback for Centralia. I think they know it's going to be a running play, most likely an option play, and all they got to do is maintain responsibilities, and whichever side they decide to run to, that defensive end has got to maintain Fritch, and the outside linebackers got to be on the running back. And they've done a good job of containing those option plays so far in this game.
2nd and 14. Fritch still the quarterback. He's going to keep it and fake a pass, and now he's going to try to run. And now there's about 6 Eagles, which is about what's needed to bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard or 2 on that play.
Yeah, Fritch with a little pump fake there. I'm not sure if that was just to get the defense to bite and maybe freeze for a second so he could choose a running lane, but a good job by the Eagle defense to swarm towards him and not allow him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Sadikich back in at quarterback now. It's 3rd and 16 from the 26. Under 7.5 minutes left to play. The Eagles lead 31-22. Sadikich going to throw long into the end zone and overthrows Campbell, his intended receiver, and that's going to bring up 4th down, and I'm sure they're going to go for it.
I think, yeah, you definitely got to go for it here with 7:16 to go. You're trailing by 2 scores.
Campbell was open. He was just overthrown.
Yeah, and Sadikich has done that a few times here tonight. Had wide open receivers and just could not connect with them, either overthrown or thrown off target.
Field goal kicker is practicing over on the sidelines, so
you do need 2 scores. You got to have a field goal one way or the other. So if you can, they're going to bring the offense out.
I think it's a little too far from here.
Keep an eye on
There's
Fritch.
A flag down, and the quarterback is running for his life. Now he's going to put it up towards the end zone, and it was picked off and then dropped at the 5-yard line.
Tanner Brown
had it in his hands and then dropped it. And let's see what the flag is. Flag is a motion penalty.
Just decline that, most likely, if you're the Eagles. Take the ball yourself.
They will decline it, and the Eagles will take the ball at their own 26-yard line.
Tanner Brown, to fit in the pass there, went up trying to get the ball at the highest point, which is what you're taught to do as a defensive back. Go up, get the ball at its highest point. But as he was going up for it, the ball just kind of dropped off, and instead of being able to hit him in the hands, it kind of fell into the breadbasket there and just kind of rolled down his leg. But good job by Brown getting in front of the receiver.
And the quarterback, Sadikich, doesn't have a chance when he has to short hop every single snap. He's got the pressure on him by the time he looks for somebody to throw. I've never seen a game where they've allowed the center to go this long, snapping the ball at the quarterback's feet.
And that tells you what the alternative is, I suppose.
Well, the alternative is telling him snap it a little harder.
Yeah.
So the Eagles will have it 1st and 10 from their own 26. Tobin is the quarterback. And he's going to keep it and run straight up the middle, and he's hit at the 30. And he fumbles, or the whistle's already blown, though. Big break there for the Eagles.
Yeah, big break.
They're going to give him the 29. They're going to give him the 30 on that, so that's going to be a pickup of 4.
And this is how you eat the clock here if you're the Eagles, I guess. They're probably going to continue to run that mesh play, that read option. That it's up to the quarterback who gets it between he and the running back.
They're going to need 2 or 3 first downs at least, though.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you got to keep the chains moving, but you don't want to stop the clock either. Incomplete passes are could really hurt you.
Tobin's going to put it in the air, and he does, and it's caught out near the 35, and falling immediately is Linton.
And Jared Linton's been receptive, or he's been on the receiving end of a lot of those quick hitters here tonight, which is just like an extension of the running game. And you saw how Tobin just put it in there with some touch. He didn't want to put it in too hard because I think he realizes, stopping the clock is not what you want to do right here. So if we are going to go to the air, I want to make sure my receiver's going to reel it in and keep that clock moving.
Big play here on 3rd and 1 for the Eagles. They give it to Brown. No, Tobin keeps it. He's got the first down, and out across the 45. That's a gain of about 11. A good ball fake to Brown. He had me fooled, and Tobin picks up first down yardage.
Yeah, I took the words right out of my mouth. Tobin does an excellent job on the play fake that time to convince the defense that Tanner Brown has the ball, and Tanner Brown doing a good job of selling the fake as well, keeping his arms crossed and looking like he has the ball. So first down, moving the chains here, and the Eagles are going to take their sweet time snapping the ball.
The clock continues to run, under 5.5 minutes left to go in the game. A 9-point Civic Memorial lead. They led by 28 at one point. Tobin takes the snap. He's going to keep it again, go straight up the middle, picks up 5, 8. He's still on his feet and falls forward, and he might have gotten another first down.
Nice job there by Tobin, keeping the legs churning, and he's got wide open lanes up the middle. And the umpire, the guy who spots the ball after each play, needs to get out of the way.
He doesn't look like a fast mover.
No, he sure doesn't, but you've got to be able to move a little bit. I mean, he was right in the way there, and I understand you got to find. I mean, there's from time to time you're going to get bumped
Either that
into.
or throw a block.
Yeah, help out the home team.
From the 44 of Centralia, this time they give it to Brown. Brown and Tobin, and the
Tobin tried to take it back
at the same time. Tobin tried to take it back, said this isn't going to work, but he couldn't, and Brown will lose a yard.
Well, I like the idea by Tobin. I mean, it's legal. It'd be just like a pitch or whatever, but could be dangerous as well. Tobin literally trying to take it away from Brown after giving it to him. Brown's holding on to it so tight, though. I guess that shows he's not going to fumble too much.
And timeout called by Civic Memorial. That'll stop the clock with 4:31 left to go. The Eagles lead by 9. CM 31, Centralia 22. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
To a military family, a phone call home is priceless, but these phone calls are expensive. By donating a used cell phone through Cell Phones for Soldiers, Weber Granite City Chevrolet is helping U.S. service members get a free 60-minute calling card. Cell Phones for Soldiers addresses an everyday emotional need that everyone has experienced, the need to call home, to hear a familiar voice while far away. If you have a cell phone you're not using, please donate it to us at Weber Granite City Chevrolet for the Cell Phones for Soldiers program.
Honey, who does our car insurance?
State Farm.
And what about our house?
State Farm, too.
And what about our life insurance?
Why do you ask?
Well, I've got something to tell you.
Bringing new life into the world is one of many great reasons to talk about life insurance. So contact your State Farm agent today. They'll help you choose the right coverage.
Contact Tom Lane to discuss all of your life insurance needs at 377-8912 across from Gino's 140 Club in Bethalto.
And on 2nd and 11, the Eagles are going to throw as Tobin rolls out, throws it downfield, and it's underthrown and incomplete. Shashin was the intended receiver. Would have been enough for a first down, but it was low. And that'll set up 3rd and 11. And now with 4:27 and the clock stopped, the Eagles have to get this first down to continue to take time off the clock.
Yeah, and the play call there, I mean, Tobin had a man open, just kind of one-hopped it to him, left it short, but...
In motion is Linton. He's caught a few tonight. They're going to throw long, and the battle is on, and it is incomplete.
Where's the
flag? I think both teams wanted a flag on that. Steemack was the intended receiver near the 15-yard line. The Eagles certainly wanted a flag, and I think Centralia wanted offensive pass interference, and they canceled each other out, and the refs didn't throw anything on the field.
Well, that's a curious no call there. There's been one pass interference call here tonight on what was not pass interference in my opinion, and there's been 2, maybe 3 other times, including this last one, for both sides that could have had pass interference calls, and the referees have held on to the hankies. So
now it's 4th down, and the Eagles are faced with an 4th and 11, and it looks like they're going to punt the ball away again. Tobin will angle it for the corner. It hits at the 15 and goes out of bounds. It looked like at about the 13. Let's see where they're going to mark it. They'll mark it at the 14-yard line, and that's where Centralia will have it with 4:14 left to go in the game, and the Eagles leading by 9.
And Centralia with a little over 4 minutes to go really needs to come away with some kind of points here, even if it is just a field goal. With 2 scores left, they're not going to have too many more opportunities. A touchdown would be great. A field goal would at least help. And you can maybe try for an onside kick depending on how much time is left. But still curious. Coach Scott Townsend going to the air here. I understand you're wanting to pick up the first down and maintain possession, but I mean, the more the clock runs, the less time Centralia has to get it into the end zone.
5 receivers to the far side of the field, and the pass is complete. The Eagles defended well and don't give up much after the catch. A gain of maybe 2 on the play. Can't tell who the receiver was from there. It looks like it was Green. If it was the first time we've seen him touch the ball.
And not much sense of urgency by the Orphans here to get to the line of scrimmage and get the snap out.
Gain of 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7. They're going to throw it again. Sadikich launches it high, and Fritsch went up for it. He was in double coverage, and the pass deflects off his hands and incomplete.
Jack McKinney and Tanner Brown both on the defensive side there, breaking up the pass and kind of colliding with each other. Good thing no one was hurt there, but either one
catches that, it's a touchdown because they both hit each other and went down.
And either one of them may, had they not collided, could have had a chance of picking the tip ball off. But yeah, the last guy you want to have the ball in his hands if you're the Eagles, you do not want Alex Fritsch with the ball in his hands for Centralia.
Throw it again. The quarterback is hit. He gets it away, and it is complete at the 40. And that's Maccabee still on his feet, and stepped out of bounds at the 45 as he was just spinning around there and almost broke the final tackler. And if he hadn't stepped out of bounds, that could have been trouble.
Big time. Des Woods on the defending that time for CM just left his feet to go up and knock it down a split second too early. If he takes another breath and then jumps, I think he knocks that ball away. But what concentration that time by Maccabee to reel it in heavy coverage and pick up a few extra yards to boot.
They're going to throw it again. Quickly they do to Campbell. Swing pass, and he's going to pick up 5, still on his feet. He's out near the first down. He'll get 9 on that before he's thrown down. Clock will keep running. We're getting down near 3 minutes, and Centralia is into CM territory.
And the Centralia Orphans moving the ball here well in the last few plays. A big pickup by Maccabee and close to a first down that time by Campbell.
From the shotgun. Sadikich going to throw it. Oh, there's nobody anywhere near that. Somebody ran the wrong pattern, or he threw it wrong, because that wasn't within 10 yards of anybody on the field.
Yeah, that was not close to anything. Really, looks like Des Woods for CM had the best chance to reel that one in, and it was about 10 yards over his head. So
almost looked like the kind of thing where it was second and less than a yard. Let's take a shot way down the field.
Yeah.
And it looked like the receiver broke off the fly pattern and went inside with the post, and Sadikich threw the fly pattern, and there was nobody over there. Clock stops with 2:47 left in the game. It's third and less than a yard from the Eagles' 46-yard line. From the shotgun, they're going to give it straight ahead to Penegua. He's going to pick up the first down and get down inside the 35 to the 34. That's a 12-yard gain and a first down.
Nice hole that time opened up by the offensive line, and Penegua just runs right through it with a head full of steam. Picks up the first down and moves the chains, and again, that umpire refusing to move.
And timeout called by Civic Memorial. They want to have a defensive conversation at the hash marks. 2:37 left to play. Our score, CM 31, Centralia 22. This is 1570 Radio Sports.
Ace Hardware in Bethalto is your helpful place. It's where you'll find more than 70,000 items in the store and even more online. It's where the people know how to solve your problems. It's where top brands like Benjamin Moore, Still, and Craftsman make your jobs go smoothly and with confidence. It's where hot buys sizzle each and every week. Ace Hardware in Bethalto is more than helpful. They save you time and money too.
To a military family, a phone call home is priceless, but these phone calls are expensive. By donating a used cell phone through Cell Phones for Soldiers, Weber Granite City Chevrolet is helping U.S. service members get a free 60-minute calling card. Cell Phones for Soldiers addresses an everyday emotional need that everyone has experienced, the need to call home, to hear a familiar voice while far away. If you have a cell phone you're not using, please donate it to us at Weber Granite City Chevrolet for the Cell Phones for Soldiers program.
And after the timeout on a quick snap, quarterback Sadikich picked up a bad snap off the ground, tried to run with it, and picked up 1 yard on the play, so it'll be 2nd and 9. And again, another bad snap, just kind of messed up the timing on the whole play. Approaching 2 minutes left. Time now certainly a factor for the Orphans. Sadikich wants to throw. He's got a lot of time. All kinds of time. Now he's going to run out of the pocket and dive for the first down marker. He gets out of bounds short of the marker. It looks like they're going to spot it at about the 27-yard line. That's a 6-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd and 2.
Third and very manageable situation, and a good job by Sadikich to get out of bounds and stop the clock. Every second is precious now for the Orphans, who need 2 scores to tie this ball game up, down by 9.
Be sure to stay tuned. Following the game, we'll name the Munganast Alton Toyota Player of the Game, and it's still up for grabs. This game's still up for grabs. Centralia going to throw. They do to Fritch, and that time he goes nowhere as he's hit in the backfield down at the 32, and that's a loss of 5.
I got to figure the CM defense sniffed that one out. You know, in a third down situation, they almost know it's going to go to Alex Fritch. He has been their playmaker for Centralia all game long, and a good job by only 2 guys it took to bring him down that time. And a timeout now on the field.
We'll just keep it right here for this timeout. 1:40 left and a big 4th and 7 coming for Centralia. Probably the ball game rests on this play. If the Eagles hold them, they should be able to run out the final minute and a half or so. If Centralia gets a first down, then it's anything still possible. Don't forget, right after our game, we've got Litchfield and East Alton Wood River coming your way. And then tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., mark that 10 a.m. on your alarm clock. Sports Talk with Brent Birkland. 11 o'clock, it's the pregame show for Illini football here on Z1570. The game starts live at 11:30, Illinois and Missouri tomorrow at 11:30. And then 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, it's Roxana and Hillsboro. Here we go, 4th and 7, and another bad snap. And they're going to put the ball up in the air downfield near the goal line. It's incomplete. And the bad snap once again messed up the timing and the whole play for Centralia. And the Eagles will take over on downs with 1:34 left to go.
Well, if I'm head coach Scott Tonser, you've got 4 downs. You kneel the ball 3 times, and that should be the ball game. Now, I've never, since I've been calling games, seen CM in anything other than a shotgun. I probably called close to a dozen of their games over the last 3 or 4 years. I don't even know if Tobin knows how to receive a snap from center, honestly.
Unofficially, Centralia does have 2 timeouts, so Remember, that's unofficial, though. Tobin is in the shotgun.
And by himself in the backfield.
And he's going to run it straight ahead, finds a hole. He's going to pick up a first down and get across the 45 to the 46. And that's going to be good for a 12-yard gain.
And that is the first down, and that's all you needed. One first down would definitely be more than enough.
And Centralia not even interested in stopping the clock.
I think if CM takes a knee here, they won't. If they continue to try and move the chains, Centralia may as well call the timeout. And you never know, a fumble or anything, if they're going to continue to run plays.
And now Tobin gets under center, and he's just going to drop back and take a knee. 1:09, the clock's going to keep running, and Centralia's not going to stop it apparently. So a couple more of those, and this one's going to be over, and the Eagles are going to even their record at 1-1, pick up their first victory of the season here in their first their first home game of the season. Tobin under center, he's just going to take a knee again, clock at 45 seconds. He'll wait until the last possible second to snap it. So it ended up being a little closer than you thought it might at halftime when the Eagles led 28-0, but they are going to get a victory as he'll take a knee again, and I don't think he'll need to snap it again. 25 seconds left. The clock continues to run, and that's going to be it. The clock's going to run down, and Civic Memorial is going to win for the first time this season. The final score is going to be Civic Memorial 31, Centralia 22 as the clock winds down. We'll come back and wrap things up here from Bethalto after this. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place. Jack Schmidt Chevrolet of Wood River. If you don't know where to get the best auto deals, then you don't know Jack Schmidt. Alton Refrigeration, the first choice in quality HD TV and appliances. Quality Buick, GMC, Cadillac, serving the Riverbend for 52 years. Barry Macias, professional independent insurance agents. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. Alt Memorial Hospital, the best healthcare close to home. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Weber Granite City Chevrolet, buy American.